It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry, if you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for trading psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple: education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading. What is the
I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big.
Hi, TP family, and welcome to another TP Masterclass. I want us to start by showing some love. So tell me where you are joining from today. If you are tuning in from Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, UK, US, because you guys are always locked in. And if you're tuning in from any of these countries, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you're also watching the replay, just type replay in the comments so that we know you were here. Okay. So let me know where you're tuning in from. Okay, we have some Nigerians in the house. We have South Sudan and Abuja, Nigeria, Rwanda, Canada, Florida. Hi guys. Welcome to the TP Masterclass. And if this is your first time joining the TP Masterclass, we want to say a big welcome to you. Just drop or say first time in the chat so that we can welcome you properly. I see all these countries that are tuning in: Namibia, Ethiopia, and Ghana, UK, Lagos, Dubai. Hi guys, welcome to the TP Masterclass. And like I said, if you're a first time, just let me know in the chat so that we can also shout you out. Just say first time if you're a first time tuning into the TP Masterclass, okay? And if you are new and you are wondering where to begin, don't worry, we have set up for you. We have a playlist on our YouTube channel, and you see the name previous TP Masterclass. So you just click on it. Cliff has arranged it from what you need to watch for the first time, and then what you need to keep watching. Okay, so if you're a first time, just go on our YouTube channel and click into the playlist, and then you should see previous TP Masterclass. Start from the first one and especially watch what is really trading psychology. That episode will help you understand why we are doing this and what this community is really about. We don't just talk about charts, we deal with the mindset behind the trades. Okay. Also, another announcement is from Monday to Friday, we post what we call the TP Declaration. It's just a picture with few powerful words written on it. Don't scroll past it. Pause, read it out loud, speak it over your day, let it enter your system, meaning let it enter your mind, because fix your mind, fix your trading. So let it enter your system, and because before you enter the market, you need to enter with the right mindset. So these declarations are not just quotes, they are tools for alignment with yourself, your mind, and the market. Okay, so let's take a moment. Wherever you are, just breathe. We're going to do the practice for the 478 breathing technique that Cliff has spoke about on the channel many times. So let's take a moment wherever you are, just breathe in and try to remove every distraction. Grab your notebook or your journal. This moment is for you. Don't just watch, participate, and something you hear today might unlock something you have been carrying for years. So remember to breathe in, be mindful of your environment, be mindful of the distractions that are around you, and if anything is around you that may not make you pay attention, just be mindful of it and just breathe in and hold for 7 seconds and let go for 8 seconds. Okay, now one quick but serious reminder is this space is built for healing, clarity, and truth. So if anyone in the comments is trolling or spamming or distracting others, we will quietly remove you from the live session. It's not personal, it's about protecting the atmosphere of what we have built so far. Some people here are really fighting for their lives and for their future. So please, let's respect this space and honor the process. It's time to get started. So open your heart, stay present, and let's go deep. Okay, let's go on with the session. Thank you.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry, if you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for trading psychology. When Cliff
Okay. Welcome to the TP family. Welcome to the book review, and welcome to me on the stage. Guys, I'm really happy to be with you guys. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be present with you guys, doing the book review, the book summary. And you guessed it, of course, we are summarizing and officially summarizing the book, The Psychology of Money. What do I mean by that? Now, for the last couple of weeks, especially if you have been a part of our sessions over the last, how many weeks has it been? At least maybe 4 to up to 5 weeks, I would say. You guys will know we've been taking our time. The majority of people, or some people, should I say, I'm not going to assume everybody has read it, but have probably read the book already, have summarized it. But the whole purpose of this is to, number one, build discipline. As I mentioned to you many weeks ago, I'm somebody who was never an avid reader. I did not like to read. So not just reading, but also studying this book is something that's personally changed my perspective on how I study things, how I read things, and how I perceive things as well. And not just that, me being able to share the information with you in such an aspect or even a perspective based on my understanding, the time that I've taken to really meditate on the things that I've read, has also been able to impact my life. But most importantly, hopefully it does the exact same thing for you. Okay, so it's been a great time summarizing this book, but I thought, you know what, there's another 6 to 7 chapters of this book. Which chapter could I probably select that might be able to affect all of us in such a positive manner? You know what? Every single chapter is very important, very vital. There are some chapters that sound similar to others and tie into a few topics that we may have mentioned in the past as well. But I thought, wait a second, out of all of these 6 to 7 chapters that we have left, which particular chapter stands out to me the most? And it was chapter 15. Chapter 15 is basically that nothing is free. Okay, there's always a price to pay. Most people, when they hear the term price, the first thing that comes to mind is money. Now, some people might disagree and might justify that and say, not necessarily, there's always a price, there's this at this time, but let's just face it. The reality is, majority of the time, when we hear and when we say there's a price, we think immediately Ghana cedis, we think Naira, we think dollars, we think pounds, we think yen, whatever region that you're coming from. Okay, so that's the reality. But there's a price to pay in everything, especially with this game called trading. All right, so let us dive deep into this particular segment. Okay, and hopefully you guys not only will enjoy it, but most importantly, it will change your mindset and change your perspective. I may not pay attention too much to the comments, but I will try my best to address who I can in the chat. Let's see. We've learned about chapter 13, room for error. A nice note. You're way ahead of me because you're basically going over the thing that we learned the previous week, which is awesome. All right. And also welcome to each and every single person. Thank you, David. Welcome to you too. Every single person that's been joining from every single different region. Okay, so let us get started. Now, once again, please make sure you're writing notes, regardless of a visual or no visual. Please make sure you retain the information by writing down some notes as much as possible. However, the first thing is that nothing is free. Okay, nothing is free. Every single financial gain has an invisible price tag to it. Now, the trick really is identifying and understanding what that price tag actually is. Okay, what in fact is that particular price tag? What is the price tag? How do we know what the price tag is? Okay, is the price tag something to do with money? Is it always to do with money? Yes, no? You guys are free to explain yourselves in the chat. Okay, but when it comes to this game that we call trading, Forex, whatever market you're trading, crypto, right? Understand that when it comes to market returns, there's absolutely nothing that is free. There's nothing that is free. There's nothing that is free. Now, you might pay through time. You might even pay through money. You might pay through tears. You might pray. You might pay, right? You might actually pay through a place of prayer. Okay. You might even need to, pay through your health sometimes. There are so many things that you can pay for, or a price that actually needs to be paid in order to have a reward or a return for something significant. That's where I want to kind of lay the foundation. That's very, very important. Okay. But understand also that true wisdom in trading means identifying that hidden cost in the apparent opportunity. What do I mean by that? The apparent opportunity to most people might look like, hey, this is a strategy, and the only thing you need to do is do a break and retest. You guys are probably familiar with what I'm referring to. You might need to do a break and retest, and that's your game. That's exactly the game. That's how it's very apparent. But as simple as that might look like, and might be to somebody who is brand new, that doesn't know how to manage their money. Remember, nobody's perfect. Everybody comes from different areas, different regions, and different backgrounds when it comes to money. So something as simple as break and retest to someone who's experienced might not be as easy to grasp as a concept as somebody who's a brand new beginner in the world of trading. Okay, the most valuable financial assets often demands non-financial payments. Like what? Like patience, like discipline, like fear, or fear tolerance. These are very important keys or very important prices that people often pay for the success that they are looking for, not only in anything, but also in this game that we call trading, this skill set, this profession that we call trading. Hopefully you guys understand. Okay, so let us continue. So now here we are. I just wanted to do this really quickly, just for the sake of a little bit of transparency and to kind of relate with every single person. I definitely understand that as a trader, yes, I'm not by myself. I know we are surrounded with a multitude of different people that have been a part of this industry for a year, 6 months, some even more than me. I've been doing this for 4 years. I've been doing this for for nearly 5 years. By the end of this year, October will be about 5 years. But I'm very aware that some people have been doing it way longer than me. Some struggling, some doing way better than I am. I'm happy to admit that. Okay. But what's the journey been for me? Okay. Just so that you guys can relate with me a little bit. Somebody like me, I started out trading, just looking online, and fortunately, I was able to join a particular brand, a particular company whereby we could basically learn how to trade from scratch. Okay. Now, I didn't join the traditional route of what a lot of people do, which is search YouTube, search different strategies. I tried to figure out myself, and I just, I thought I could understand it. I made a bit of money in the beginning, and not a lot of money. We're talking about sometimes £10. I made £50. My biggest win, I think, in a real account was maybe something along the lines of £70. And for me, that was a big win. I was like, wow, I understand now. I get it. I get the idea. I get the industry. Okay. But fast forward, I began to observe things from a different perspective. I was doing it with a crowd of people who were really excited about understanding trading. And I'm not going to say this is the worst thing in the world. However, a lot of people were just following somebody else, following a signal, following the next trade, and waiting for the next signal to be produced in order to make a profit. Okay. That's what every single person that I was surrounded by at the time was doing. And I was really angry. I was upset. I was really upset. I was like, guys, what's going on? Why is everybody not taking the time to learn the skill? Why doesn't every single person want to take the time, create a group, a core group, study the thing, discuss it, have a lot of laughs, and really go for this idea called trading, understanding what market structure is, understanding what psychology is? And I was really upset. I was hard done by it. Then I decided, you know what? If you guys aren't serious, that's okay. I'm going to take myself, my serious self, my serious behind elsewhere, and I'm going to learn this trading thing properly. Okay. Now, I am still surrounded by these people, but guess what? I decided to kind of impress them a little bit by saying, hey guys, by the way, this is the type of thing that I've learned. Now, for me at the time, it was a little bit early. I'm not a master at trading at this time. It's not even been a year in trading, but I'm suggesting to people, by the way, maybe this is something that you should learn. By the way, this is something that you should follow. Market structure. At the time when I'm still trying my best to comprehend market structure, I'm still sharing with somebody, guys, market structure is very important. As I'm studying this, this is what I was able to understand. This is what you should follow. This is what you should do. Okay. This is the route that I took. Now, after about a year, I decided, okay, good. I've had some losses. I've had a lot of wins. I'm basically like at 50-50. I haven't made money, but I haven't lost a lot of money. In fact, I'm like a break-even type of situation. And then after about a year, I decided to take matters into my own hands, which was really interesting because at this time is when I decided to deposit my first. I don't want to take too long in telling you the story, but I wanted to really take the deep parts over here. Okay, but I decided to take matters in my own hands, and I decided, hey, you know what? I want to make sure I master trading, right? But before I do that, let me just deposit. I think I deposited about $1,500 or pounds into my live trading account, and best believe that $1,500. Let's just say this. I remember I was trading gold. I was really excited about a profit of about 300 to 400 pounds or dollars. There was a lot of volatility in the market. Unfortunately, the market had reversed, but I still had a bit of leverage because I didn't have the entire £1,500 inside the account. I think I separated it between two accounts. And then unfortunately, it went into a bit of a drawdown. Okay, a bit of a drawdown. And I watched my screen, I kid you not, for 24 hours. For 24 hours. Okay, fast forward, my point is I ended up blowing that account. It wasn't so great. But here is the key. The key is it took for just that to happen and not consistently blowing account after account after account for me to say, Willis, you once said that these people are not serious. They need to get professional help, professional coaching, and take this game seriously if you want to make money soon enough. So let me take my own advice and do the right thing. So I decided to get proper mentorship. Not all of these things that you see online, none of that. Not all of these things. Join my course, join my program, pay X amount every single month. Look, hats off to them. If it works, it works. But I wasn't really interested. I said to myself, if I'm going to really invest in myself, okay, I need to do it properly. Is it going to cost me a 3-figure mark, a 4-figure mark? Is it going to cost me £1,000 or £2,000? I'm happy. I'm willing to do it. Why? Because I understand that there is power in investing in yourself and your mind. And that's what I understood from what I did. So fast forward, I did that. And I also understood that a lot of trading is also not about clicking buttons, buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. Oftentimes you're going to hear that 90% of trading is your mindset. And 10% is just the buying, the selling, the price action, the market structure, and executing these trades. This is the cost that I had to pay to be where I am today. Now, I'm going to be very transparent. As I said, I'm still very much on this journey. Okay, I'm still very much on this journey. But here's what I have done. I'm in the space and the season whereby I've mastered my mind, chasing after riches and after profits. Though I have needs, though I have goals that I'm trying to obtain in 6 months, 12 months, and so on and so forth. I have all of these things mapped out, lined up exactly as it's supposed to go, especially this year, right? However, chasing after the riches is something for me personally. That's an achievement for me. Why? Because I understand that my mindset has shifted from where it was before, the doubts, the dark times, the disappointments, the stress, the depression that I've had to go through to be the person that I am today, sharing this message with you today. Okay? Today we're talking about nothing is free. Understand that when we say nothing is free, it means that there's always going to be a cost involved with the type of returns that you want. Your return might be financial, your return might be a better mindset, a better quality of life, better health, because the money that you're going to use is going to be used for different types of medicines, courses, personal training, these type of things. Think outside the box and just materialistic things, but things that actually hold value and hold meaning. This is the cost that we are talking about today. Hope you guys are with me. All right. So lesson number one, finding the cost, identifying that cost. What is that cost? Find the cost and commit to paying it in full. The reality is, oftentimes, if you see something that is too good to be true, it's probably best that you believe that it is. Honestly, I've actually seen enough to know that too good to be true probably is. Okay. Other examples of cost besides, your time and your money. What are other examples? I think I've explained a few of them, but think about the energy and the time, the mental brain power that sometimes it takes to master trading, because some people get it, some people just don't get it. For some people, it's for them, some people, it's just not for them. But they still commit to the process. And sometimes it takes energy. It takes a mindset to be shifted in order for you to process and understand this game that we have called trading. Okay. What are some other costs? You guys are free to put it in the chat as well. Put it in the chat if there's some other costs besides time and money. Sleep is another one. I can tell you for free. There's been times where I haven't slept. I probably slept for 2 hours. In 24 hours, I've maybe slept 2 hours. Why? Because beside of the trading session, I'm back testing. I'm creating a process for myself that works. I make sure I'm journaling every single day. I make sure that I'm writing down how I feel every single day. I'm writing down every single day about my journey. That sometimes besides trading, because that's also important. Remember, we are making sure that we are transformed beings so that our lives can mirror our trading. Okay, it doesn't matter how incredible you are at trading, but your life will mirror your trading. Okay, high returns, that's another one. High returns is also has a hidden cost. High returns also has a hidden cost, as you guys can tell, and you guys can probably experience. Some people who have been in this game called crypto, 1000%, I'm up 50x, I'm up 10x, the next meme coin. But nobody actually tells you about the downtime. Take this year, for example. If you haven't been blessed enough and fortunate enough to be in particular spaces and groups that have incredible launches, and you've been through the entire process where eventually this particular coin becomes famous and it goes from 0 to 100x. If you haven't been fortunate enough to do that, look, the reality is this first half of this year has been a struggle for the whole crypto market. It's been a struggle for the crypto market, especially if you're not a professional on how to trade it. I'm speaking about myself as well. I'm not involved in crypto, by the way. I'm just letting you know, right? But here's an observation based on what I've seen, that this first quarter of the year, or the first 2 quarters, should I say, has been really tough. It hasn't been like the 4-year cycle that we experience. Every 4 years, there's a massive bull run. Around about January, February, March, there's a bull run. Expect massive return. It hasn't been like that. Let's just be real. Nobody talks about the downtime and when their account is in minus, especially if you're trading and holding crypto. Okay, let's speak about something else like team building. Sometimes people are trying to build teams, build companies, build employees, right? And they're building it at such a capacity that they think their business is booming and is growing. Yeah, yes, I've made about 1 million in turnover in revenue in the first year, 10 million in the first year. Great. But nobody talks about the individual and how they treat their employees, the type of relationships that they were supposed to build to make sure that these people are actually happy in the first place. Nobody talks about these things. They just don't. And guess what? After 5 years, as people know, 90% of businesses, they only last their first 5 years. It's only usually around 10% that make it past that time. But what is the actual reason? Is it because their product is rubbish? No. It's sometimes because of the costs and the fact that they haven't built quality relationships to maintain those quality relationships and those skill sets in the team. Sometimes this is the cost that is hidden, that sometimes the CEOs and the people in leadership haven't actually paid. Hence why they don't experience growth in their businesses. So here's a question for you. What emotional cost are you unwilling to pay for higher returns? That's a question for each and every single person today. Somebody said friendship. David said friendship, the cost of psychology and stress. Dating also. Love this one. Greetings also, Frank from the USA. But these are all costs that are vital to your trading as well, and to your mindset as well. Think about this as well. Freedom also has a price. Freedom has a price. Okay. Financial independence requires an upfront payment called delayed gratification. This is a powerful one. We say we want to be free. We have a trajectory of what the first 6 months, the first year actually looks like. And it just doesn't go that way. What happens? What do you do? What do you do? Hence why I said in the beginning, a part of my story is the ability to not be able to compare myself. I'm on my way to riches, but I don't desire to be rich because of trading. No, I desire to be a transformed human being that can take away from the market, right? And the money that I extract from the market, I live a better quality life for me and my family and my household. Okay. I'm in a position whereby I'm no longer frustrated. I'm no longer in that position of frustration where I'm trading, right? But I'm now consistently following my rules and my strategy. I'm no longer trading because I need to make $1,000 a day, $100 a day, $250 a day. Although that is a monetary value, okay, that's delayed gratification that I'm playing in a sense where I'm simply focused on making sure, Willis, did you follow your rules today? Okay, you didn't. Why? Identify every single reason, map it out, and make sure you don't do it again. But here's the important part: get accountability. It's so good me talking to myself. And then guess what? The following day, I tell myself, Willis, don't do that again. And I go and do it again. What's the point? I'm sure every single person at some point has done it. Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep buying when I'm not supposed to buy? It hasn't hit my entry point. It hasn't hit my point of interest yet, but I still bought. Why did I do it? Right? The reality is we are all susceptible to this, and there's no perfect human being. But my point in here is this: I now operate in a place of delayed gratification, because delayed gratification means that's the cost, and the fact that nothing is free, but that's the cost that I'm willing to pay in order to accelerate my journey. Okay. So that I don't make these mistakes that I used to make each and every single day when I get to the markets. Okay. This is just an example here, but let's just say you have a millionaire that just drives a normal car. Good example, right? You have the Bill Gates of the world, you have the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, who just look very, very simple. They dress very simple. But guess what? These are some of the richest people in the world. They have assets, they have businesses that generate multiple billions and have a revenue market cap of trillions. Okay. So it's not always what it looked like to be successful and to be rich when it comes to materialistic things. We covered many, many different chapters that touched on this point as well. But here's something that I want you guys to take away. If there's anything that I've mentioned that you haven't taken away just yet, here's definitely something that I want you to take away. Okay. Find out what game you're playing. Understand how the market functions. But most importantly, find out the type of game that you're playing. What do I mean by that? Look, I'm going to get a bit technical here, but I'm just not somebody, okay? I'm just not somebody who trades like the majority of the internet nowadays. There's nothing wrong with different concepts. You have different concepts such as the ICT concept. I'm sure you guys are excited about that. Some people who trade that's good for you. I'm sure there's some people who trade supply and demand, which I know Kema covers really, really effectively on the call oftentimes. But not just supply and demand as a strategy. This is a concept. It's a business concept. Okay. Anyway, my point is the strategy of quote unquote supply and demand, point of interest, fair value gap, all of these little things. I'm just not somebody who abides by those rules because I have a way that I understand the market and I trade by those rules. I keep myself super simple. Now, when I say identify what game you're playing, the game that I'm playing, for example, is I'm not just trying to be a multi-millionaire in trading. No, I'm trying to change my mind and impact the people that knows that I trade and impact the people that are around me. Okay. Identify the games that you're playing, the game that you're playing when it comes to trading. But bear in mind that this also has a lot to do with a lot of other things as well. Identify the game that you're playing, the space that you're involved in, the type of person that you are, your identity. The most important thing I think here is the identity. If your identity is in trading, you might just lose yourself. You might just lose yourself. Okay. I'm just kind of dipping through the comments here. It said the ability to value small losses is much larger, losses as much as large gains. Absolutely. Knowledge. Yeah. Identify who you are. Why do you think we do affirmations? We're not just doing it because it's fun. People sometimes just don't believe in affirmations. That's fine. But the reality is, death and life is in the power of the tongue. What you speak, whether you choose to believe it or not, you speak it often, you speak it often, you speak it often. It's a principle. Eventually, your mind is going to change. But not just that, identify the type of person you are as well. I don't want to be like other influencers. So the game that I'm playing is not to become like your favorite influencer, your favorite trader. No. That's where you can get lost in the mud when it comes to trading. And honestly speaking, this is where depression and frustration comes in when it comes to trading because of the thief of comparison. So identify who you are. And here's that last part. Identify your goals when it comes to trading. Just identify it. Look, success in trading does not need to look like, it does not need to look like multiple six figures. Look, some people, if you can cover your expenses for the month because of trading, you're successful. Why? Because that's one thing in terms of expenses you never need to worry about again. But oftentimes we get lost in, this is the ideal figure. This is the mark that I want to hit for me to make trading. We underestimate the small goals that we can reach, the milestones that we can reach. We underestimate these things and we overestimate what we're trying to achieve, such as multiple six figures. That's the reality. Now, there's nothing wrong with having those big goals. But at the end of the day, understand that there's steps, there's levels to this game. Have targets, have goals. You'll have targets and goals for everything else. But when it comes to trading, because it's buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, ICT, market retest, break of structure, because it's that simple. It's a chart. It looks like a game. We just do not respect it as much. Look at doctors, for example. Why do you think they study for so many years to be a trained professional? Other professions have that level of respect. But when it comes to trading, oftentimes we don't respect it because of how we process or market execute certain price positions. That's the reality. So this is the price that needs to be paid. Identifying who you are. Who you are also affects your trading. The time that you need to invest into this. The hours you may need to invest when it comes to trading. Okay. Identify the balance between the cost and the benefit. And I've kind of mentioned this throughout this entire segment. Okay. See the hidden costs. Try your best to identify it. Believe me, if it just took a strategy and an account to make sure you blow up in trading, believe me, every single person on the TP Masterclass around the world, in different groups, different platforms, different companies, they would all be successful in trading, but it's just not the truth. It looks as if people are doing it and they're saying they've got 10,000 people inside of their Telegram and their group and everybody's copying their believe me, ask a few individuals, number one, if they follow those particular trades, or ask a few individuals in that particular group. As an example, just ask a few individuals if they're really succeeding from this trading, and you'll find that not 100% of those people are succeeding. It's just never the reality. There's always a hidden cost. Some people, your cost might be the time you need to invest. It might be the strategy you might need to back test to make sure that it works for you. Just as an example for me, I don't trade all day. I trade in a particular session. I intraday, intratrade or intraday trade, right? I have my allocated sessions from 2 p.m. Onwards, and I make sure that I am done trading by so 2:30 to 3:30. Usually by 3:30. So 1 hour. If I don't see anything, I'm just not doing it. It's just simple. Because why? I've identified through my statistics, through my back testing, through my studying of myself, that every single time I take a trade after that particular time segment, I'm always losing it. And even if I do win, I'm very emotional. And these are the type of costs that are involved when it comes to trading. People don't want to hear this type of thing. Hopefully you guys are still with me. Okay. All returns have compensation. But guess what? Sometimes there's a risk attached. I've just basically said the same thing in 3 different methods. All that to say what? That there's always a cost attached to the type of benefit, to the type of goal that you're trying to strive for. Okay? Here are the final points that I want to leave you with. Identify your balance. Okay? Wealth building is about finding the right personal balance between the cost and the benefit. Okay? The second point, focus on excuse me. Focus on sustainable gains. Apologies. Focus on sustainable gains. Somebody's sustainable gains might be $1,000 per trade, per week, per day, per month. I don't know. Managing a 10K account, managing a 20, 30, 100K account. Every single person is different. Okay, but focus on sustainable, something that's sustainable to you as an individual who's trading. Hopefully you guys understand. The last bit is also the challenge, really. Identify one expensive financial behavior that you'd like to change that will help you along your trading journey. Okay, what could that look like? Is it impulsive buying? Is it panicking? Is it having an argument with your spouse before you're going into a session? Is it that your child is running around and you're just not at peace before you go into a trading session, but you decide to trade anyway? Right? Is it because you haven't set your environment correctly? Is it because you haven't mastered that particular strategy of when should I trade, when should I not trade? Is it because you haven't studied yourself enough to identify that I'm this type of trader that's going to trade indices, that's going to trade gold? Or are you just trading gold because every single person is trading gold? Do you understand what you're even trading? Do you understand how gold works? Do you understand how indices work? Do you understand how your favorite currency pair works? These are just examples, especially in trading, of costs that are involved when it comes to reaching a milestone or reaching any type of level of success, even in life. Okay? Understand that there's always a cost attached to everything in life. I'll give you some other examples here. When it comes to health, your physical and your mental well-being, sometimes it might decline when you're going for certain goals. It happens a lot. I'm not saying don't sleep and backtest all day. If you're hungry enough, do it. But guess what? That's a cost that's also involved. There's a cost involved. There's time. You have to put in that effort. You have to put in that time in order to reap the benefits at the end of it. Hopefully you guys understand this. Emotional costs. Sometimes it might cost your emotions. You have to feel it. You have to feel it. I don't exactly know how the term goes, but my wife always, and she's from the Caribbean, right? And she says this. She says that if you don't learn, you're going to feel. If you don't learn, you're going to feel. Why? Because at the end of the day, especially with this game, look, you're going to have to experience some form of losses, emotions before you get it. It's like a tuition fee. Your tuition fee might not necessarily be paying for a course or paying for direct mentorship. It might be being affected by the market so you know never to do that mistake again. These are the type of costs that are involved when it comes to mastering this game. I'm happy and grateful now that I'm a successful trader. I'm a profitable trader, right? And I'm somebody that's going along with this journey with each and every single person as a retail trader. Okay? But most importantly, for every single person that's on this session, understand that nothing is free. Even if it's free and somebody says that it is free, just run. You're going to pay with your efforts, your emotions. Okay? You're going to pay. Here's something that I want to add before I leave you. If you're in sales and you're selling and it's easy for you to get the first few customers, let's just say you have a target of 10 customers per day and you're selling insurance, for example, right? And let's just say you get 11 on your first day. There's going to be a time in a season whereby it's not going to be like that every single day, depending on how you build and maintain those relationships. Okay, so nothing is free. You're going to have to pay at some point, whether it's at the beginning, the middle, or the end. Nothing is free. I love this game of trading. I love the fact that I'm exploring my mind and we're all exploring our minds combined together. Okay. But one more time, I'll say it for the very, very last time that nothing in this world is free. Trading, it's not a free game. It's not free. You're going to have to pay, not just with your money, but with your time and many, 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 many other things. Guys, it's been a pleasure not just doing this book segment with you, but most importantly, going through the psychology of money. This will be mainly the last particular segment or chapter of this particular book, and we'll be super excited to announce the next book segment that we're going to be studying. Okay, but remember this. Here's a key part that I want you to leave with. Transform your mind, fix your mind so that you can actually fix your trading. Fix yourself as you're fixing your trading. Okay, you cannot become a transformed trader without being somebody who's transformed first within. Okay, remember that. That's very, very vital and very important, and it's something that's really impacted and changed the way I think about things. So once again, if you don't know me, my name is Willis Aromi. Apologies if I didn't introduce myself in the beginning. Right, my name is Willis Aromi, trader for the last 4.5 years on this journey together, and it's a wrap for the psychology of money. And I will see you next time, announcing the next book that will be diving deep into it. Love you guys. Peace out and stay blessed. Peace.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hi, TP family. I'm back again. If this is your first time coming, or if you're now tuning in, my name is Tennyson Charles, and I just have one more announcement to make, and then we'll just continue with the session. But before I do so, I just want to shout out the first timers that we have here on the TP Masterclass live right now. We have Augustus from Nigeria, and then we have Ken Zion, who's also tuning in from the first time from Nigeria. And we have Stanley, who has been watching the replays, but this is his first time for tuning into the live session. And I just want to welcome everyone to the session. So now let's move on to my announcement. So on a more serious reminder, this space is built for healing, clarity, and truth. And if anyone in the comments is trolling or is spamming or distracting others or doing anything that is out of the ordinary and is not in line with our vision and a mission statement that we have for the Cheqona brand or for the TP Masterclass, we will remove you from the live session. So it's not anything personal, so do not take it personal. It's about protecting the atmosphere that we have built here on the TP Masterclass. And some people are here to really fight for their lives. So please, let's respect everyone's space and honor the process that we are all going through, because this is mental transformation and we have to be mindful of others' journey. Okay, thank you, and stay tuned for more.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hello, wonderful people out there. My name is Kema Trades, and I am back on your screens. Last week I wasn't here, but I promised myself that this week I would be here to serve you. If you can hear me, kindly give me some fire in the comment section once, or some fire in the comment section just to know that you can hear me so that I can begin my session for the day. So just whilst we are waiting for that, I just want to say thank you so much to Willis. Bro, it's like so I would say some way disheartening that we have come to the end of reviewing the psychology of money. But like then again, we move on to the next book, and then it is also a different ball game to learn more from you as well, and then from the entire TP family. Thank you so much once again, Willis, for impacting us. I really appreciate that. Right. So let's get in on today's session. Yes, I'm seeing some fire, I'm seeing some ones. I can see some of my mentees are in here. Jackie, I see you. Shout out to all of you. Thank you so much for joining the session this evening. Now let's get in on here. Today I'm going to present something really, really simple, right? What I'm going to say is, even though or you might know about some of these things, like this is the time to reflect and then get a deeper understanding of how exactly they, like impact our individual lives, whether you are trading or any other ball game that you find yourself in. These are some of the things that would actually help out, in your own journey. So let's get in on that. If you can bring up my presentation, I would like to share and then show the team a little bit of something that I have for them today. All right, so this is basically a chart, right? You can just see a chart. If I tell individuals that, okay, so what exactly is the price doing, without necessarily or covering the time frame of the chart, a lot of people are going to struggle unless an individual who knows what chart this is or has recently visited this particular chart can actually tell me that, oh, this is the gold market from the 4-hour perspective, right? But imagine if I brought in something like USD against the Mexican peso, which very few people have actually been watching. And I covered the name of the pair and covered the time frame of the pair. How many people would be able to identify that this is Mexican peso, or this is, like the time frame that Kema is actually showing us right now? What I'm trying to point out is that once an individual comes into a space, one of the things that draws you into the space or gives you a better understanding of the space is constantly learning and opening yourself up to, the information that is available in that particular space. If you don't do that, you would hardly be able to find out what exactly is going on there. The market or trading the market is very, very difficult, alongside, like it being quite simple, right? So it goes hand in hand. It could be difficult for an individual, and it could also be very, very simple. It all depends on how you approach it. It's just like driving. There are some people who sit behind the wheel, and trust me, they'll feel like, they are being hanged or something like that. But there are other people who sit behind the wheel, and because they have learned this, because they have done this over and over and over again, and then mastered the art of driving, it becomes, like very simple to do so. There are some people who know how to drive automatic vehicles, but if you put them in manual vehicles, bro, you have killed an individual because they have not necessarily mastered into that particular area. And an example of such an individual is myself, right? So just, like, by the way, right? But the most difficult task in speculating is not even the prediction. It's about self-control. So it means that most of what we do on the market has to deal with how we are able to control ourselves before we are able to come into how we control the market in the first place. So today, what I'm going to present to you is basically talking about the top 5 mistakes that beginner traders make. Or, we can just wrap it up and then make it, general, right? Top 5 mistakes that individuals make in whether trading, whatever ball game that you find yourself in. This is actually gonna help you. Right, so please bring up the presentation so that they could see what exactly I'm presenting on here. All right, so let's get in on this. Right now, the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the lack of knowledge or understanding in a particular area. Now, prior to, during, and then after, a lot of people feel like, okay, so prior to, I need knowledge. During, I need some significant, knowledge. And then, once I've been able to gather that knowledge, relatively, that is it. I'm going all the way. And then there's nothing that I need to add on, or there's nothing that I need to learn, on this market. If you are one of such people, trust me, you are going towards the downside on that. It's a downtrend from that mindset. What you must understand is trading or the market is actually dynamic, and from time to time market changes. There are times when I go into the market and for about 3 months like I'm going to have consistent wins on the market, and there are times when you could really see the fluctuation in that like up and down movement of trying to pick trades and actually make profitable trades on the market. Why? Just because the market dynamic has changed. An individual needs to come into the understanding that market actually changes, and therefore you need to be constantly abreast with how movements of the market are. For instance, just prior to last year, October, we had the gold market rally all the way towards the upside, all the way into $2,790 as at the month of October, before we started having that decline towards the downside, right? Now, interestingly, you would realize that right from when the Trump administration was introduced into the system, all of a sudden, like gold market started changing. We started having random movement here and there, and all of a sudden, gold became very expensive, right? The kind of rally that we have had from January all the way to April, it's not the same rally that we had, in the same 4 months prior to the last year's October. So you realize that, market actually changes, and you need to also change along the way. And how are you going to do that? It's about understanding what the market is actually doing, which means that you need to be able to get in there, find the requisite knowledge or requisite topics for you to be able to indulge yourself with, and then just, like leave the chaff out there, right? Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is trading without a plan. Trading without a plan. A lot of you, I have actually stressed on this over and over. A lot of you trade without a plan. Now, take time to define your goals, your risk tolerance, your method of approaching the market. All of these things need planning. I heard Willis talk about how doctors, like spend so much time in learning before they actually get in on their craft, right? Now, imagine a doctor who is about to operate, and they tell you that this doctor studied for 3 months, and then the rest of the time, probably, the rest of the 4 months or 6 months after, they studied whatever, through YouTube, right? Or constantly watching YouTube videos on how to operate an individual. And so that is the doctor that is about to operate you. Will you still be on that bed? You will not be on that bed. So then the question like now relents on, why is it that retail traders, why is it that we come into the market and we expect that within the next 2 months of gathering a few knowledge here and there, we should be well abreast with the movement of the market and be constantly making money on the market, right? There are times when you are definitely going to start going downtrend from there if you have a mindset, right? Today, I'm going to stress really much on the downtrend. If you have such a mindset, you would realize that it's a downturn from there. What you must be able to understand is that trading takes time. Aside, like what it comes with the systems of trading the market, where you have to learn what kind of market you are trading, what kind of assets you are going to be even trading at a particular point in time. The next thing that you should be doing is delving deeper and deeper into other areas. What affects a particular pair? What moves the pair? What are the factors? What news event, geopolitical happenstances are in the system right now? You need to be well abreast with some of these things. There are some of these individuals who are in here who have never even opened forexfactory.com before or Investopia before to even check what kind of news, like data will be released in a particular day that can affect the kind of assets that they are trading on the market. But guess what? The first thing that they did once they got 2 weeks, study of Forex is they changed their name on Instagram and added FX to it. And that is the priority of a lot of people who come into this space. Rather than focusing on how to build that particular, market knowledge and then move forward along the way, they rather focus on building a brand around the trading. I'll be getting. So we have so many, or I can pinpoint so many people who are very, very much skilled, avid traders on the market, but like they are low key. These individuals hardly even come out to speak to anyone, but these guys are taking care of their families with trading, right? But I can pinpoint you to a lot of people that I've seen out there, and trust me, these people, we sit down and we have conversations, and you realize that they lack market knowledge, right? So now this is another area that you need to take a look at. Trading without a plan. Please take your time, define your goals, and then make sure that you have your risk tolerance, which means that you have to be able to study what actually pertains to your capital, what actually pertains to lot size, and what actually pertains to pips in calculations, what pair. A lot of people feel like or think that once gold market gives $10 per lot size per pip, all other pairs are going to do the same. But that is a big lie. You can actually go on a pair like GBP JPY, you place one lot size, and that is when you would realize that it is not going to give you $10 per pip as gold market is going to give you. And there are some currency pairs that will even give you more than $10 per pip than the gold market. And you're there. All you have to do is to research on them. I'll be getting. Now let's move on to the third one, eluding consistency tests in the market. A lot of people come into the market, and once they have studied what they have to study, right? For instance, you come to Kema, I want you to teach me the dynamics of trading. I take you through beginners, advanced beginners, like intermediary. We go to advanced. Then we talk about how to actually approach the market on a day-to-day basis as a day trader, as a swing trader, or even as a scalper on the market. And this person just takes that information without necessarily sitting down to plan around it and then go through a consistency test of that particular knowledge that has been bestowed upon them to see if it actually aligns with their way of living. This individual just goes into the market, and guess what? They just start trading, on a live account that they have created for themselves, right? You need to have an account after you have gone through every process that you are going to actually do consistency test with that particular account, so that you know that by the time you are done with that consistency test, you can be rest assured that this thing works for me. And even when I was within that particular consistency test, I've got to find several ways that I would approach it than what I was told in the first place. When we convey something to you, we are not necessarily saying pick it up and just take it, what we call it a simple way, Dito, right? Yes, in Ghana, we call it Dito. I don't know how you call it anywhere you are, but we call it Dito. It means you copied it exactly, whether it's going to work for you or not, whether it's going to work for your personality or not. You just picked it up and then you started using it wherever you are. But sometimes you need to tweak it a little bit to know if it has to actually fit you, or you tweak it a little bit so that it actually fits you along the way as you are going on, right? So more trades don't equal more profits in the market. Every trader must test themselves on real accounts and on demo accounts. And let me just use this opportunity to talk about demo accounts. A lot of people feel like demo account is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Sorry about that. No. Trading on demo accounts is not a waste of time. It actually builds your resilience. It actually builds your edge on the market. Now, what you actually help you with trading, when it comes to emotions and all on the market, is when the real account comes in, because you can have a demo account and then be trading a demo account, but not necessarily be emotionally tied to that particular account, right? That is why sometimes we urge individuals to trade with real accounts, so that at least you have your emotions tied to the money that you put on the market. So even if it is just a little amount of money, $500, $200, $100, even $50 on the market, that you think that, okay, this is what I can put on the market for this consistency test, then you need to go through that process and make sure that you are doing it, just to know that this particular trading strategy that you have adapted to, or you are about to take on, is actually something that works for you and can go a long way to making you some profits on the market in the long term. I'll be getting. So demo trading is not one of those areas where you can basically say that, oh, so I don't like demo trading, I'm twatting demo trading. No, it is actually good. Demo trading is good. I'll be getting. Demo trading is in fact fantastic. It is how you do it that would actually matter. So for instance, I'm going to give this example. For instance, if you are going to be trading $200 account or $100 account, please don't go creating a demo account of $20,000 or $10,000 or $50,000. You have created a $50,000 demo account and you are placing 5 lot sizes, 2 lot sizes, and the amount of money that you are seeing or there is making you excited. Meanwhile, on your first actual deposit, it is just $100 that you are going to put in there, or $200. At the end of the day, you realize that you are doing yourself the harm, because when you come to that real account and you start trading that real account, right? The way that the mind works, Clifford, like explains into detail more on how the mind works. You should take a look at the third TP masterclass that we had. It will help you a lot, right? You will begin to see that little profit coming in on that $100 account, $1, $2, $3, $5, which is actually 5% of that $100 that you're having. But you are not going to be satisfied, because why? You have been seeing those 20,000 profits made, and posting that 20,000 profits. So when it's actually time for you to actually post your $100 profit on your own, account, you feel like, no, I don't really want to do this. Why? Because you have been showing 10K, 20K. And so you are not able to bring yourself to even showing your actual profit on your actual account. I'll be getting now. Yes. So someone says demo trading should only be for learning features. It teaches nothing about trading. Demo actually teaches a lot, right? Demo actually teaches a lot. Study. So I'm going to tell you this, right? Take some time and trade a demo account. Now, what demo doesn't, help you with is the emotional part of it. But you realize that in execution, in everything, demo trading is basically the same as like a real account. The only thing is you are tied to your physical money, you are tied to your real account, but you are not tied to the demo. So in placing trades, you can place a trade on a demo account and go to sleep. I hope you understand. You can place a trade on your demo account and go to sleep, and then come later and then be happy about, 200 pips profit, 250 pips profit. The question is, can you do the same thing on your real account? No, you cannot do that, because you are tied to the money that you put in your real account. Okay, that is what makes the difference. That is why we say that you can use demo account to start. If you don't have a funds to actually fund your real account, you can use demo account to start. It will actually build your edge. You can use demo account to actually practice your strategy that you have learned on the market over time. But that is why I'm saying use the right process. If it's $100 that you're creating, create a $100 demo account and go by what you would have done on a live account if you were having one. And then you will realize that they would have a big change in your trading. Let's move on. Copying others blindly. One of the major things that a lot of traders do is you come into the space and then you start copying other people blindly. And interestingly, you realize that there are people who have actually gone through the mill and got into a particular position, and individuals coming from the beginner level, and they start copying these individuals from where they are, not from where they started. That is one of the ways that kills traders very fast, because now you begin to feel like you are not doing enough. But you see, there is a hidden part of this particular journey of the people that individuals need to be able to adapt. What are the kind of books that they were reading? Not the books that they are reading now. What books were they reading when they started the journey? What account size were they trading when they started the journey? What lot size were they using? How did the process go for them? So we are actually emulating from the startup point and not just looking at where the company is now. It's like coming into a particular organization and say, okay, you are coming into the beverage industry and you are watching Coca-Cola from where they are, and you are looking, not to give shout outs to them, but you are looking at this organization and basically saying that, okay, so where they are, what they are implementing now is what you are going to be implementing. You don't have the funds to be able to do the kind of marketing some of these organizations put in place. You are to make sure that you watch where it started from, what are the kind of dynamics that they came in, what are the kind of risk that they made from the onset. Then you emulate that. So we don't just look at where they are and then push forward to, and then instantly I need to chip this also in. It is not about just seeing an individual and then copying and say, okay, so because they are successful, then let me just look out for, no. Does their personality even align with yours? You need to take a look at some of these things, right? I'm very, very peculiar about personality. Does this individual's personality align with my personality? right? Before I even go in there and say, okay, so let me copy this individual, because for all you know, trust me, you could be at that particular point where you are emulating an individual or you are copying an individual, and you are literally copying everything that you didn't intend to copy. That is why it is essential, to go by what I'm actually saying currently, that you need to be careful on what you are emulating, or you need to be careful of what you are copying. Sometimes some books that they even read, right? You are not in the position to be able to read such a book. So you know that, okay, so there are some books that they are reading that are good for me. I can read them, but this, based on, my orientation, based on my faith, I might not necessarily be picking up this book to go and read. The fact that they post a book on there does not necessarily mean you any book at all. You just go in and say, please, what is the title? I'm going to look for it. I understand. That is the area that I'm coming from, right? So now the final one I'm going to talk about, underestimating the importance of psychology. Now, a lot of us ignore the mental side of trading, and that's a big killer, right? One of the things that you must be able to do is to be able to develop emotional resilience in the market. You must be able to understand that the chief function of emotion is to interrupt and realign already processing priorities in us as individuals. And so you have what you are already thinking about. You have a strategy. You have a way of executing the market, but that emotion comes in to realign and to repurpose. I'll be understand. So what you must do is to be in the master seat. You should be in control of whatever it is that you are doing. Now, have you ever realized this? If you have been trading the market for a while, just an example, have you ever realized that you are in a particular trade, you are trading the market, and at the end of the day, something happens outside of the market entirely? Something happens, and that thing that happens in the market makes you feel like, okay, let me close this trade. Even though that particular thing that is happening might not necessarily be tied to the market, but you are closing the trade. Now, the question is, why are you closing the trade? Even the most avid traders get caught up in this, whereby something happens. Let's say fire, your house gets, caught up in fire, or they say someone is sick. Instantly, the first thing that comes into mind, okay, what is my trade doing? Okay, probably I should close that particular. Now, what you need to ask yourself, what makes an individual come to this particular point where they make that kind of decision? And that is where we tackle it from. So probably it's over leveraging your account that you're basically doing that makes you want to close that particular trade instantly. Because I always tell people, a lot of people would not close a trade with $1,000 account with a lot size of 0.01, even if something is happening, like something deadly is happening around them. Why? Because they feel comfortable and they know, especially if they have already set a stop loss and they know how much they're going to be losing on such a trade. They know that, okay, so because this is how much I'm going to be losing on this particular trade, it's nothing that will affect my my account, so I'm going to leave it running anyway. So such an individual will not necessarily be very much concerned about closing that particular trade when that thing is happening in the market. I'll be get it. So we need to be able to tackle these things from the baseline. So ignoring that mental side of trading is a deadly end as well. I can see that a few people have questions in here. If you have any question at all, you can put it in here. Just 1 minute to wrap up before we end this segment, and I hand over to the next segment. Okay, so I'm seeing Ransom says, that is why I use the 20 pips break. Even so, it makes me stay away from my chart and my trading account. Great. So he has a remedy to the situation. He has, first of all, identified it. And identification is, they say that when you identify the problem, you have solved 80% of it. Identifying and then now looking for the solution. I'll be get it. So he has identified it and then he has sought for himself a solution that would actually make him be able to do that. Someone says the edge segment is as important as everything in the financial market. It is very true. The edge is very, very important. And it's, even though psychology is the most important part of this area, the system development is also very important. System development as in strategies to actually approach the market, as in the way an individual actually comes to their chart, what they do before, and then or what they look out for to pick a particular trade on the market and all. It's very, very essential as well. And then I see this from Taddy. Taddy says, I have a question about losses. I have set my daily profit to about $10. And I'm not doing bad with that. Great. That is wonderful. But I don't know how to set loss target because sometimes the price bounces back. So Taddy, what I want to say is the same way that you have actually set for yourself $10 profit within every single day, right? It means that this is about risk. What do you want to risk for that particular $10 per day? I hope you understand. And that particular risk should not be more than the $10. Then you are doing something wrong. But anything that you risk beneath that particular $10, should put you in that particular right track because the risk to reward actually makes sense. What you are risking is not more than what you are looking out for as a reward. So you could pen down. So there are two ways that you can do this. People or a group of people tend to set their stop losses, aligning it with market structure. So I have a saying that, like a lot of people have heard this over and over. The stop loss needs to be where the stop loss needs to be, not where you want the stop loss to be. If you want, or you put the stop loss where you want it to be, market might come, pick you out and still go your direction. It's a popular, quote that I keep giving over and over, right? Now, what that basically means is that an individual has been able to identify a market structure in the first place, and then they know where exactly within that particular market structure to put their stop loss that they feel safe. It means if market should come into that area or break and close and take them out, probably it communicates what? An impending pullback, an impending retracement, or even the buildup of a total reversal in the market, right? That is one side of it. Now, the other side of it is these people do it by monitoring. So if your target is $10 in the market, and you are setting a stop loss, probably you are looking at 1:1 risk to reward or 1:2 risk to reward, which means that if it is 1:1 risk to reward, it means the loss that or the maximum loss that you are looking to go is also $10, right, within that particular day. If it is 1:2 risk to reward that you are looking for, it means that half of what you are looking as a reward within a particular day is what you are going to be using as a stop loss, which in this case is going to be $5 in the market. Now, the next question that you should ask yourself is, what pair am I going to trade, right? What pair are you going to trade? If you are trading a pair like gold, US30, NASDAQ, and then or there is a high tendency, I know for a fact because we have been trading, like the market for a while. And then also I've been trading within a team that handle US30 and then NASDAQ and all. And I see these individuals sometimes setting stop losses to the tune of about 80 points, 100 points, 120 points, right, on some of these pairs. So in view of that, it would mean that you need a wider range of a stop loss to be able to function on such a particular, or to be able to keep your position open on such a pair. So you should reevaluate and know what kind of pair that you are also, picking and trading on the market. That also counts as part of it. All right, so that is the last question that I see on here. No other question for me. All right, so I'm just going to say thank you all to the TP family once again. I'm handing over to the next segment. My name remains Cheqona.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt, I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with.
Hello. All right. You guys can hear me now loud and clear. Sorry for the technical difficulties. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, just let me know in the comment section now. Let's rock and roll. Perfect. Fire emojis already coming in. Good. Okay, today I'm a little bit I'm excited partially about the information I'm about to talk about today because I have to find a way to balance it very well. We are in the streak of, how do I put it, of bringing deliverance, I would say, to the minds of people. And today is no other different. And so I'm not struggling to talk about what I'm about to talk about today, but in order for you to get the information, to not waste your time, everything has to be in the right order. But you already know that we have a culture here at TP Family. And I just want to do the honors and welcome the new first timers on this live stream. But first, we want you guys to be able to also understand that I'm pretty much sure Shells did an amazing job letting you guys know about a mandatory order that it has to be, on the stream, which is there are people who are really serious. We have so many different kind of, people in different locations, different age classes, different genders. Well, Cliff, two genders, please. Don't quote me. Two genders, not different genders. Two. Okay. Okay. Let's get back on track. We have only two genders. Okay. But anyways, what I'm basically just trying to say is that we have different class of people that come on this masterclass. And so we understand people have different opinions, and you can feel free and share them with your naysayers or people that agree with you. But there are also people that are very serious. In fact, the majority of you guys are very serious contending for knowledge, because the information you are hearing here is helping you. And so if we find out that you are distracting people in the comment sections or whatnot, unfortunately, the team will have no choice but to remove you. Now, it is not to disrespect you, but it's to let you understand that we take people's time here on this masterclass very seriously. And so we don't want any distractions. So that is the reason why we are really putting measures in place, because the truth of the matter is the community that we started is not the same community where we are now. When we started this masterclass and some of these streams, we didn't have the subscribers we have now. By the grace of God, the masterclass and the whole community is growing. So we have to put measures in place to make sure that people know that we respect their time and so on and so forth. And so please, if you have any questions that will not distract the masterclass when it's ongoing, you can put it in the comment. If it is going to distract people, when I say distract people, what do I mean? Saying things like, I disagree, I do this. That is why we have on and off of the YouTube. You can always log out if you're not agreeing with things. But as long as you are in here, it's either you are listening or you are not. And then it's up to you. So if you guys understand what I'm saying, just drop some number ones in the comment section for me. Let me know that you agree. Secondly, I want to basically say hi to the newcomers. If this is your first time coming on the stream, just let me know that this is your first time. I will personally welcome you myself right now, right here. Media, if you don't mind, if we have any newcomers on, can we bring them on so that we can say welcome to them? If you don't mind, please. Okay, so I can see from the backstage that Kema is saying two genders. Yes, bro, two genders. Just two genders. That was not a slip of tongue. That was a slip of mind. Because this world that we are living in is interesting now. Do we have any newcomers? Please, can you bring it up on the screen again? Thank you. So the first thing that you guys need to be able to understand is that if this is your first time that you are here, this is not a place where we take people's time lightly. We make sure that the information we teach is something that is well prepared for, like a dish, like a Ghanaian jollof. Okay, now the Nigerians are going to say that why not Nigerian jollof? They're going to be like, Cliff, we are tired of this whole jollof thing. We are tired of it. There is more serious things in life. I know, but it's still Ghanaian jollof. So we prepared it like that dish, and we are about to, serve you guys with it. Now, before we go on, I want you guys to also understand that this coming week, I have an amazing news for you guys. You asked for it, we heard, and we are delivering. Again, we were supposed to release those audios yesterday, but we realized the market has closed. So what is going to be the best time to release these audios is going to be on the Monday. So first Monday morning, you guys can come on. There are going to be 4 videos you guys are going to be seeing on our platform. Video number 1 is going to be, no, it's not a video, an audio. Audio number 1 is an audio that you're going to be listening to before you trade. Audio number 2 is an audio you're going to listen to after you trade. And then video number 3 is a video, audio number 3. Cliff, what is wrong with you this evening? In the name of Jesus, we rebuke this whole distraction in my mind. Anyway, so let me repeat it again. Number 1, we are going to release a video on Monday morning, very early, just like the declaration. That audio is to help you to listen to it so that when you trade with clarity. Audio number 2 is an audio that you're going to listen to after you are done trading. Audio number 3 is an audio you're going to listen to when you are in a winning streak. But Cliff, if I'm in a winning streak, yes, if you're in a winning streak, you need an audio to still keep your mind firm. Audio number 4 is an audio you listen to when you are in the losing streak. Now, that is the audio that a lot of people are not going to like to listen to. Because imagine you having a very serious red day and you hear my voice. You need to really like me to an extent to allow me to talk to you when you are having a bad day, right? But all these audios are very important to help you to stay sane. So 4 videos dropping this coming week. Monday, we are going to drop Monday 2 videos, then Tuesday 2 videos. Okay. Again, it's going to be on YouTube, so I keep on saying videos. Sorry for that. If you guys are excited about that, please just let me know in the comment section as well that you're excited about this. And then we take it up from there. I don't think there is any more announcements that I have to share right now from the team. I think we are good to go. Am I missing anything? Okay, so the first time is now. If this is your first time that you are coming on the masterclass, welcome. My name is Cliff Cheqona. It's a privilege and an honor on behalf of the whole entire TP family and the Cliff Cheqona space. We really appreciate you a lot, and we just want you to understand that we don't take your time being here lightly. If at any point you don't understand the first class you're going to visit today, no problem. No problem at all. We have so many playlists at the back end with so many videos you can go back and watch. Go through the page so that you can be able to get the understanding. But most importantly, we honor you, we celebrate you, and on behalf of everyone also as well in the stream right now, we thank you for joining us. And today, I hope the lessons you hear today will help you a lot. All right, guys, let's get into today. It takes a lot to be able to make sure that you direct people and so on and so forth. There is one more thing I want to share that we go in. We are getting so many emails regarding, again, the people that are also sending us emails of testimonies or testimonies in our Instagram. We have seen it. There is many things that we're going to be doing to make sure none of these things goes to waste, because some of you guys, your testimonies being shared can help people also and motivate them as well. Now, one more thing as well I want to say before I forget is that, people are reaching out to us saying about the accountability program. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, the TP system is almost done. The only reason why we are not opening it to a lot of people is because the last time we did, we had so many people saying they want to be held accountable. And so we thought about this and we said, how can we create a system that you don't need to wait for a season to be held accountable? So even if you are already part of the accountability program, just bear with us, because the system that needs to be created to help you to a certain level, we are working on it. And that is because, as I said, things are growing very fast. And so you need to bear with us that we are also human beings. And so if you messaged me last week in the email and I didn't get back to you on time, is because I was taking some time off to also rejuvenate, because as a human being, I need to take a rest also sometimes. All right. I think I've done an incredible job by the grace of God by letting you guys know some couple of few announcements. Today, I'm going to teach something very important that, as I said, it's interesting, but I believe every single information that we come here, that we talk about it is so that you guys can be able to understand how this place was made for this season, even for myself. I want to start this by saying that when I was listening to Willis, he was saying some things and I was at the backstage and I was like, It's interesting how, and you guys wouldn't believe me, but believe me on this. We don't talk about the things we are going to talk about at the backstage before we talk about it. Each and every single person is trusted with their segment. And so when Kema comes on the stream, I don't know what he's going to talk about. When Willis is coming, I know the book he's summarizing, but I trust him enough that God will give him light to share with you guys. And so, but sometimes it has been so consistent that even though we don't talk about the things we are going to teach, we somehow end up teaching the same similar range of an information. And today I was in awe and I was like, God, you are really leading this masterclass, and we thank you for that. Today's information is going to deliver you, is going to help you, and is going to do something to your trading that for a very long time, many traders are wishing they would have heard this information about it here today. And I'm not saying this to retain you or whatever to stay on this masterclass. You can watch it back again if you don't have time now. But for those who are on this live stream, I can assure you, you will not leave this live stream the same way again. You see, I know some of you guys won't like what I'm about to say, but I have to say it anyway. Because number one, I didn't come to entertain your fantasy. I didn't come to say things that will make you happy. I came to fight for your future as a trader. For your future as a trader. That is why we came here today. And you may have heard me saying this from time to time again, that as a trader, your mindset plays an important role for your future in profitability. And in so many cases as well. You see, the interesting part is that I did a masterclass on a title called Psychology of Trading Performance. And one of the things that I spoke about in there, I was talking about how as a trader, you need to understand that you are a performer. But I don't think a lot of people understood that very well. So I want to borrow that masterclass a little bit, like in the next 2-3 minutes, to use it to establish a point. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. You need to be able to understand that many years ago, when I say many years, 2, 3, 4 years probably ago, the way we saw trading and the way that we are seeing trading now is different. If you are still seeing trading like how people used to see trading 4 or 5 years ago, you are in trouble, because it's going to take you a long time for you to understand this industry is a serious business and there is nothing you can do about it. What that simply means is that it's either you subscribe to the structure needed to make it in this industry, or you pay for the price. Listen, I know that there are days you will go on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and you will see people standing in the club, people at the beach, people somewhere. They can be anywhere. Some fancy thing. They are probably going to buy a car and they say, hey, I just flipped this money and I bought this car. And it looks enticing. Remember, I told you guys about the weapons in this world. And one of them is fear of missing out. FOMO is a weapon. Greed is a weapon. When you start to understand all these things, you start to realize that we don't do the things we want to do because we want them. The Bible says something very powerful. And it's very interesting. And Jim Rohn, one of the most amazing speakers in this world, says something very interesting. He says, every single thing you are looking for is in the Bible. And when you say it this way, people are like, yeah, here we go again with the religious. You don't need to be a religious person to believe in the Bible. The Bible is a book that has the truth. And if you're looking for freedom, that is where you go. That's the truth. Whether you like it or not, that's the truth. There is a beautiful thing in the Bible, a beautiful part of the Bible that says that the spirit and the flesh, they fight with each other so that you cannot do what you want to do. Paraphrasing now. What I'm trying to basically let you understand that there are systems in this world that makes you to be able not to do what you want to do. It is in the interest of a government. It is in the interest of an industry. It is in the interest of a society to make sure you don't do what you want to do. Because if you do what you want to do, the society will not benefit. The media will not benefit. The government will not benefit. So the systems in this world is structured in a way so that you cannot do what you want to do. Same thing in this financial market, whether it's an inducement, whether it's a creation of an emotion into your mindset, whether it's hitting you, whatever it is, you cannot do what you want to do. Now, when you try to do what you want to do or what you have to do, you're going to feel like every single time there is a resistance. And that is where a lot of people give up and things go sideways. So what am I trying to basically say? In order for the brokers, listen to this carefully now, in order for any broker to make money in this industry, they make money in different dimensions, whether it by commissions, whether it being by volumes, but that they need you to trade. They need you, the retail trader, to trade. So what am I basically saying? That if I need you to do something to make me profitable, then I will find every reason to tell you to do what you don't even have to do or not. Interestingly, yesterday, I was at this restaurant here in Denmark. And something interesting happened. So there was this, young man. He's a little bit, having a little bit of a size. Again, I'm putting my words very well. I don't want any misquotes here. But he's a little bit in a position of a weight that I will say that even he himself probably is trying to make sure that he doesn't pass a certain level of that weight to reach an obesity stage. Now, while I was sitting down there, people will say, yeah, Cliff is always analyzing everything. And it is true. So while I was sitting down there, I saw the waiter. It was a waitress. She came and she said, do you need anything, sir? He's talking to the man. And he said, do you need anything, sir? And the man went like, no, I'm good. He says, come on. Why are you good? And if you live in Dubai, you know how they speak. Why you not have? You have or you not have. So why are you good? And then so the man is like, I'm good. He said, why are you good? And she went like, don't you want an ice cream? And the man is like, no, I don't want an ice cream. He said, no, you should get an ice cream, right? And the man said, okay, give me an ice cream. And she now went like, how many scoops? Oh, God. She now went like, how many scoops? And the man said, I only want 1 scoop. And she said, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. She said, why 1 scoop? You should get 2 scoops. And as I was sitting down there, I looked at her and I said, wow, that is wicked. But she's not trying to be wicked. She's just trying to make sales because she needs him to buy 2 scoops so that she can make sale. But that 2 scoop is not good for the man because that 2 scoop is not good for his health. And I asked myself a question and I said, if this man was your husband, would you tell him to eat 2 scoops at this time of the day? And the answer is probably no. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand we live in a world that is not about you, it's about conflict of interest. And so when you see people promoting things on Instagram in a way, telling you they are in the bank, telling you that they are in the club, telling you that they went to the beach and they made $100,000, $50,000, and they are showing you whatever they want to show you, it entices you. And you say, I want to be a trader like this. I want to quit my job and become a trader. You want to quit your job and become a trader, even though you're not financially free yet? You see that now? So you need to be able to understand. The first thing I want you to understand is this, is that we live in a world that is a conflict of interest. Conflict of interest, simply meaning that every single person somehow have an agenda. The agenda may be good, the agenda may be bad, but there must be an agenda. There is a reason why I'm sitting down here with you every single Saturday talking to you about TP Masterclass, because I believe I have a mandate to answer to God. If God asks me, Cliff, why didn't you do this? If I don't do it, I'm going to answer to him. So everybody has a reason why they do what they do. The reason why probably you sit here for hours listening to me is because somehow, maybe some truth has done something to your mind. Agenda. Are you with me? So you are going to understand that right now you are fighting with the concept of, is it true that if I am too serious, is the only way I can do well in trading? Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is yes. I am sorry. Trading is not a game. Trading is not Candy Crush. Trading is a serious business. What that simply means, you have to become a businessman. What that simply means is that you need to become a performer. What that simply means is that you need to be able to understand that there are tools, systems, strategies, structures that needs to be in place for you to experience profitability. What that means is that if I tell you that you don't have to worry, you can flip $10 into $1,000. I am playing with your emotions. Yes, you may have seen some people that said they flip this to that. Great, good for them. Magic Jack. But can you do that though? Is it a reality? There are people who have been able to drive 250 kilometers per hour speed, and some of them survived and some people didn't survive. But is it okay for you to drive like that? No. There are people that have been trading consistently every single day from Monday to Friday. Saturday, they punch it with BTC and they recycle again. Sunday, BTC. Monday, they come again to gold. But is it good for you to trade like that? No. Why? But why is it like that? Why is it that traders have not come to the point to realize that there is a structure to this business? It's because of the things they have seen and the things they have heard. And ladies and gentlemen, today, I want to now introduce my topic. And I'm teaching on the topic today, the psychology of blowing an account. Or in other words, the psychology behind blowing an account. Please write this down. The psychology behind blowing an account. 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 People will say, why are you repeating over and over again? Because I want you to understand what we're about to study. So now we have already done justice to the concepts of the meaning of psychology. In fact, if you guys are excited, I am about to teach this topic today. And some of you guys are saying, thank you, Jesus, that this is the topic. I want you to show your excitement in the comment section. You're not showing the excitement to me for me to feel good. Do you know what is funny? I don't even see the comment when I'm teaching, guys. I have to go there intentionally. So when you put something in there, I don't see it unless I intentionally, because when I'm focused, I'm focused. But then show your excitement for yourself to know that you are about to listen to something very powerful. The psychology behind blowing an account. Now, there are reasons why traders blow an account. Before we get to the mindset part, I want to let you understand this. We have talked about the meaning of psychology. We started by explaining that the word logy simply means the study of. The word logy simply means the study of. So we have biology, the study of, all right? We have sexology, the study of. Then we have pharmacology, the study of, right? Medication, their reactions in the human body. So now you understand when we say trading psychology, it means the study of the human mind, all right? That trader's mind behind their trades and so on and so forth. Very important that you need to understand this. So when we say psychology behind blowing an account, you have to understand that we are about to learn why a blowing an account can be connected to your mindset. So before we do that, you need to understand that blowing an account is not just a mental problem. There are reasons where sometimes people blow the account by poor risk management. There are also times people blow the account by lack of proper knowledge. And there are times people blow the account because they are chasing lifestyle over longevity, expectation overload, outside reality. And there are times people blow the account because of no real process or system. And there are times people also blow the account because of pressure, issues of life, and so on and so forth. But today, what I'm talking about is the reason that people blow the account is because of their mindset. Are you with me? It's because of their mindset. And so I really want you to pay attention. I'm going to give you guys a couple of few minutes to let your atmosphere settle in. Just declare to yourself, I will not leave this live stream the same way again. I will not leave this live stream the same way again. Do you know the purpose of this masterclass? And some of you guys will think I'm crazy. But the purpose of this masterclass is to make sure in the next 90 days, we will have series of testimonies from people saying, Clef, because of this masterclass, I have not blown an account for 90 days. Do you know there are people who blow accounts every single month? But because of this teaching, my goal is for you to come back after 90 days and say, Clef, I have not blown an account at least in 90 days because of this teaching. Psychology behind blowing an account. The first thing I want you guys to understand is this, is that there are two. Okay, I'm going to start it from this angle here. And please make sure that you are listening to this information very well, because I'm teaching now. So please make sure I'm teaching now. Okay. When it comes to blowing an account, I am now going to connect this teaching to the psychology of trading performance. Until you understand this phase of this teaching as a foundation, I cannot be able to help you to the next level to understand this information. The first thing you need to understand, I'm not saying you need to know. The first thing you need to understand is that you as a trader, you are a performer. You are a performer. When I say that you are a performer, I'm basically trying to say that you have boundaries. You have systems. You have things to follow. I'll give you an example. There are people who drive from, let's say, Dubai to Abu Dhabi. There are people that would drive from probably, I don't know, New York to the nearest city. There are people who will drive from, let's say, if you're in Ukraine, probably from Vinnytsia to Kiev. There are people who will drive, let's say, even sometimes from Ghana to Nigeria. Now, that is not a performance. That is them actually really having a movement. But there are actual people who drive as a sport. Those people, driving is a career. So the minute that you take driving, not as you moving from one place to the other, and it becomes your career, whether being an Uber driver, whether it being a truck driver, whether it being any type of a career connected to driving, it shifts from just driving to you becoming a driver. So you can say that Cliff is driving, right? Cliff is driving. But saying that Cliff is a driver in the context of a noun, it makes sense. It doesn't mean it's my career. But then when I say I am a driver as a career, it changes the context of my activities somehow for me to be responsible to a certain level. So for example, if I drive school children, the driver is responsible for the lives of the school of the children, right? So same thing in trading, a thin line. So there are people who have anger issues, but they are not boxers. They can throw the punches, but they are not boxers. But you can have anger issue and be a boxer. The minute that we add boxing to your career or to your name or to your professional something, you now need to play by the rules in boxing. So you can be an angry person. I'm sure some of you guys, when I say some things and you don't like it, you are saying that I wish I could find this guy around and blow him. That is not your career. That is just your demons. You need to fight it. But then if you say I want to become a boxer, that is a different context in the first place. Are you with me? It's very important you understand this. So when you say that you want to make money in trading, it's different. You can invest. You can probably put your money in the bank, and the bank will give you 1%, or probably 0.1, whatever. No, probably sometimes nothing at all. But when you say you want to become a trader, you are saying I want to build trading as a career. It changes the context of the information. So you need to understand that as a trader, you are a performer. And as a performer, there are certain things that is required for you to do. I'll give you an example. Footballers are performers. Model agents are performers. Basketball players, they are performers. Musicians, they are performers. There is something that is expected from them in order for them to say that they did perform well. So if you are a footballer, we call something high performers, footballers. They don't do everything they want. They don't sleep late. They rest well. They eat well. So many different things. It's expected of them. So why are we talking about you understanding you are a performer? If you don't understand this, you won't understand the conversation we're about to have. Because the reason why you think you are going to blow your account, people sometimes say, Cliff, I think my psychology is not good. And I've taught you this. I don't say that again. Your mindset has a problem. And that problem is what we're about to fix. But the fixing of this mindset needs to be knowledge dependent. It's not magic. You need to know why. Now, there are two reasons. Please write it now. And media, if you can basically bring this up as a banner as well so that people will be able to follow, I'll really appreciate it. There are two reasons why people blow the account. Two reasons. I wrote them here. The first reason is called cognitive fatigue. The first reason is called cognitive fatigue. The first reason is called cognitive fatigue. The second reason is called emotional fatigue. The first reason is called cognitive fatigue. And you guys may have heard me say this before. What is cognitive? Cognitive is basically your mental structure. The ability how you reason, you think, you remember things. They are your cognitive functions. Okay, so when we say that somebody's cognitive is malfunctioning, it means that person have the inability to either think well, reason well, remember things well, and so on and so forth. So cognitive fatigue and emotional fatigue. So I'm going to be making some deep examples here today, and I really ask for you guys to forgive me in advance, because in order for you guys to understand this information very well, I had to do justice to this. Now, before we can be able to talk about this very well, I wrote down here, what is fatigue? We'll come back to the cognitive and the emotional fatigue very soon, but what is fatigue? When we say fatigue, it's not just tiredness. Tiredness is a perfectly normal feeling. Okay? You go for a run, you are tired. You do things, you are tired. Some people can even be tired from eating. I was just thinking about who do I know. But you can be tired by eating. Have you ever slept and you woke up and you said, I woke up tired? I see these things as well. Some people even sleep and get tired. So tiredness is normal. It's a normal part of your body saying this minute right here. For example, I can be on this masterclass right now. I can get tired from many talking. I know some of you guys, Cliff, can talk a lot. Yes, I get tired of that. But it's because of the love of the message I want to bring. That is why we talk like this. So fatigue is not just tiredness. I wrote down here that it's a deep depletion of. Please write this down. When we say somebody's experienced fatigue, please write this down. That experiencing fatigue simply means a deep depletion of. I will add what is off, but just write down. Fatigue is a deep depletion of what? Of mental, physical, emotional, and mostly even spiritual energy. Fatigue. Deep depletion of mental, physical, emotional, or even spiritual energy. I'm going to take it again. Fatigue is not just tiredness. Fatigue is a deep depletion of mental, physical, emotional, or even spiritual energy. I want you to underline the word depletion, please. It's going to help us a lot to understand something. How many of you guys uses an iPhone here on this live stream? If you use an iPhone, drop some number ones in the chat. If you use an iPhone, if you use an iPhone, so sorry about the noise of the coffee. If you use an iPhone, there is a part in the iPhone that says battery health. So when I bought my new iPhone, there is a part where it says battery health, and it's 100%. I also have another iPhone here. That one is an 11 Pro Max. I bought that one in 2019 or 2020 or so. And that 11 Pro Max, the battery health is around 60 something, 68 or so. But when I got it the first time, it wasn't 68. It was 100%. So check this out. The battery is not broken, but it's depleted. Are you with me? I don't know if do you guys understand what I'm saying? Let me go into the comment section right now and see. Do you guys know that? It's called, I don't know if you guys have seen that before. It's like you will see that your iPhone is saying, let me now go into the comment section. You will go to your iPhone and it will say battery health of the phone and it's depleting. Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad that you know this. I wanted to come to the session to see. So it doesn't mean your battery is spoiled, but something is happening to it. The same way when you go to, let's say, a car shop and you want to go fix your car, they may tell you if you don't stop what you are doing with your engine can spoil. So they are not basically just saying the engine is spoiled. The same way the human body can also deplete. It can deteriorate. Does that make sense? Something can happen to it. So your battery is not spoiled yet. But you know how you know the battery health is not the same anymore? The capacity of how it can last. So there are times you charge. There are people right now, anywhere they are going, they have to carry what do we call it again? They call it power bank. So they carry power bank with them. They carry power banks wherever that they are trying to go. Why? Because their iPhone or their mobile phone does not have the same capacity anymore when they started using it. It is very important that you guys understand that. So you need to understand that the same way your iPhone can come from 100% to a level of 80, 70, and now you are charging it, but it looks like it's dying faster. It's the same way your body can also behave. So that is what we call fatigue. Are you guys with me now? So fatigue is not just about tiredness. It is a depletion. So that means when you are growing, The same you that was young and very energetic, it's not going to be the same person anymore. So that means the you that is in the university trading is not the same you that will trade the same way when you get married. It's not the same you that will trade the same way when you have 3 kids. It's not going to be the same you when you are a little bit older, because your body is depleted. You are now experiencing depletion in mental state, physical state, emotional state, and then spiritual energy even. It is very important that you understand this. You're going to get something I'm teaching you guys today. It will blow your mind. Now, we have different types of fatigue, and I'm going to run through it quickly. We have physical fatigue, as I said, mental fatigue, emotional fatigue, and spiritual fatigue. Now, before I even go in talking about causes of fatigue, I want to break down something again. What is cognitive fatigue then? Cognitive fatigue, I wrote down here, is the mental exhaustion. Please write it down. Cognitive fatigue is the mental exhaustion that comes from overusing your brain. Mental fatigue is mental, or in other words, cognitive fatigue is mental exhaustion that comes from overusing your brain, especially for task. All right. Why? When you are using your brain for task that requires decision making back to back, that involves focus, that involves planning, that involves discipline, you will start experiencing mental exhaustion. That is called cognitive fatigue. For me, majority of the things I do requires mental gain, content, teaching, trading. And so today I will tell you guys how I survive. There are people that I remember I was talking to one of my clients, and she said, Cliff, how do you do what you do? I'm pretty much sure she's on the live stream right now. She lives in Germany. She said, Cliff, how do you do what you do? It's like every day you are consistent. And I said, it's a system. It's a system. And to be honest, I have an amazing team as well. So I don't do this alone. If not, believe me, not even me, I can't even stand the exhaustion that it comes with sometimes. That is why this week, last week that just passed, I had to take a rest. So cognitive fatigue is overusing your brain. Now, keep that definition in mind. What is then emotional fatigue? Emotional fatigue is the mental and physical drain caused by emotional stress over time. Emotional fatigue is the mental and physical drain. Emotional fatigue is the mental and physical draining caused by intense emotional stress over time. Now, you may have heard me teaching you guys about the emotional intelligence, and I started by describing what emotions are. We said that emotions can be broken down into 2 types. We have basic emotions and complex emotions. And we understood that complex emotions is the one that you don't want. They are the ones that cause problems. You know why? Listen to me carefully now. Basic emotions is perfectly normal. If right now somebody tells me, Cliff, you talk too much. Cliff, your head is big. If I get angry, it's normal. If I go like, why did you say that? It's perfectly normal. But if I take that disrespect to my house and I start meditating on it, I start to feel some way. For example, there are people sometimes that we have done some master classes previously that will come and say some things that is sometimes a little bit disrespectful. He's trying to distract the group. And the team will sometimes, when we go into our head meetings, the team is sometimes trying to say, Cliff, this person is distracting the team. And I said, don't worry, just leave him. It's fine. One day they will be matured. Why do I just move on quickly? Because I've come to realize if you are looking for peace on the internet, don't do content. Everybody has something to say. It's like, have you ever realized the people that knows how every footballer should play, but they don't know how to play football? Yeah, that is how it works. They know how every footballer should play, but they don't know how to play football in the first place. But they can tell you, this person should have just struck this way, but them, they don't know how to play. That is the way the internet is. So what am I basically saying? Emotional intelligence is key. So the ability for you to understand that this is not about you. It's about them. Don't take the emotions back home. Don't meditate on something that is stressful over and over and over again. It will turn into a complex emotion. Are you with me? So we have now defined cognitive fatigue and we have defined emotional fatigue. Guys, listen, if you understand what I'm teaching you, we are going to come there now. What are we discussing? Psychology behind blowing an account. And in order for us to understand that, it means we are studying the mind behind the trading and why that mind can blow an account. I'm going to repeat it again. Psychology behind blowing an account. And I'm saying, what is psychology? The study of blowing an account where? In trading. So that means now we are studying the mind behind the accounts that blown. The question then becomes, what happened to the mind? Why did the mindset lead to blowing an account? And we have come into conclusion that one of the ways is because the mind can reach a point of fatigue. And the ways it reaches there is because of two areas: cognitive fatigue and emotional fatigue. And we started by defining fatigue. And we said, it is not just tiredness. It is the depletion, not just any depletion, deep depletion of mental, physical, emotional, and most cases, even spiritual energy. Yes, there are people in the Bible that got depressed. So at the end of the day, you need to understand that if that is the case, then what then is cognitive fatigue? And we said it's the mental exhaustion. Then we came to the point where we said, what then is emotional fatigue? And we said, when stress overload is causing over a period of time, you become emotionally tired. But why are we studying this? Because in trading, it's an arena. As a performer, you are going to have to be focused. You are going to be making multiple decisions over and over again. You are going to be planning. You are going to be executing as a performer. So now you understand. If you guys have arrived at the foundational information I want to give today, drop some number ones in the chat. Because sometimes it takes time to bring people to this understanding. If this is your first time, no problem, don't worry. You can go back and watch the video again and watch other masterclasses. But if you are getting me, let me know in the comment section. Now you understand. Now we started making the point that you are a performer. Then we came to the point where we realized as a performer, there are certain things that needs to be in place to perform well. So we started by saying one of the reasons why people can blow their account is also because of their mindsets. And we are saying that because of their mind reaching a point of fatigue, it can lead somewhere. So we are not talking about fatigue. So that means fatigue in this context is very important. Now, what causes fatigue? What causes fatigue? Please write it down. Number one, lack of sleep. Lack of sleep. And we live in an age where it looks like when you don't sleep is vibe. Yeah, man, I've not slept for 2 days. I've not slept for 2 days. You are dying. It's a very bad habit. I didn't know this back then. Sometimes I used to brag about it. Yeah, man, I don't sleep. You are dying. God created sleep for a reason. It is so that your body can rejuvenate. So the more you don't sleep, it's not vibe, it's not good news. And if you listen to most of the successful people that maybe you know and you respect, not in trading, I'm talking about in general context, I'm talking about big billionaires, they will sometimes tell you rest. Back in the days, you will see many videos, the rich don't sleep. The rich, they sleep. They just know how to sleep well, but they sleep. So the first thing that causes fatigue is lack of sleep. Lack of sleep. Number one. Number two, overstimulation. Do you know what overstimulation is? Overstimulation is you watching your screen 24 hours. There is something that through your eye, it does something to your brain. So we need you to stay on Instagram 24/7. We need you to be addicted. That is what the world is saying. We need you to keep on scrolling. Have you ever scrolled through social media to the point where nobody has beaten you? Nobody has touched you? In fact, this is psychology 101. Let me go into the comment right now. Have you ever scrolled through your phone so much for a long time that you start to feel tired in your body? Can we get somebody to admit right now that you can scroll through your phone? It's like you are there 24/7 scrolling. And at some point, it looks like just the scrolling. You didn't get up. You didn't go on a treadmill. You didn't go for a run. You didn't go to the gym. You didn't do anything. And you start to feel tired. Yes. Fatigue is called overstimulation fatigue. It is a cause That also causes fatigue. So number 1, lack of sleep. Number 2, overstimulation. Number 3, I have here decision fatigue. Decision fatigue. Dear trader, listen. The human brain, the average human brain, is not made to make more than 2 emotional decisions in a day. It's difficult. That is why sometimes people will be like, I don't want to be bothered. It's not their fault. They are tired emotionally from decision making. They are tired. And I'm going to teach you something today. You're going to learn something today very well. Number 3, we have emotional suppression. People who suppress their emotion. Remember, as I told you guys, emotional intelligence is not suppressing your emotion. No. Emotional intelligence is not about how you suppress your emotions. No. Emotional intelligence is your ability to understand emotions, yours as well as others, and the ability to interpret it. That is emotional intelligence. So when somebody do something to you and you keep quiet, that is not emotional intelligence. That is called maturity. But when the situation dies off, you need to call the person and say, listen, you did something yesterday and I don't like it. Don't fight. Listen, you did something yesterday and I don't like it. You did this, you did that, and I don't like it. That is emotional intelligence. The ability to know when to interpret your emotions. Have you realized there are some people right now in this world, not just right now, even in is there are some people. When you are arguing with them and you go like, you know what, it's fine. They get angry for you saying it's fine. They don't want it to be fine. They want to keep on fighting. They will say, you just tell them, I'm sorry. They'll be like, why are you sorry? Don't be sorry. But I am sorry. No, don't be sorry. They don't want you to be sorry because they don't want the fight to be over. They are so high. They just want to keep on arguing. Emotional intelligence is key, ladies and gentlemen. So emotional suppression is very important. If somebody has broken your heart and you are a guy on this live stream, cry early. If it's painful, cry. If you're a woman and then somebody broke your heart, cry. It's okay. Just cry it out. And while you are crying, remember some of my teachings. I am blessed. I am beautiful. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Cry, but let it out. Okay? Don't suppress it. Don't go and say God will punish this guy. He will never make it. He will make it. He will still make it because the making of that guy is not in your hands. It is God's creature. Does that make sense? So the same way, if you also break a guy's heart because unfortunately there were some situations and he's saying that you will not make it, you will make it. It's not true. You will make it. You will be fine. In fact, you might even end up having somebody better than that other relationship. It is true. That is how life works. So cry. It's okay. Have I cried before? Yes. When I was sharing my story with you guys in 2014, laid my hands on my trading account, praying. I said, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, please don't let my account blow. It blew. I cried because that money was not meant to be touched. So when you are tired, you rest. When it is sad, you cry. There is nothing wrong with that. Emotional intelligence is not suppression of emotions. It's the ability to understand. Now, the fifth point is chronic stress. Guys, I'm listing something for you guys today. If you pay attention, you will know why you are blowing account. You will know why today. Just keep on following me. Don't worry. We are going. We will finish soon too as well. Number 1, lack of sleep. Number 2, overstimulation. Number 3, decision fatigue. Why? Because the human mind does not have the capacity to make more than 2 emotional decisions in a day. So now you understand why. If your mentor is telling you, don't take more than 2 trades in a day, you're like, you don't want me to make money. You don't understand. Today you understand. Okay? That is why. Today you understand it. Okay. Number 6, I'm going to move from chronic stress to poor nutrition and dehydration. But before that, let me talk about chronic stress. How many of them have you given? How many of them have you guys written down now? How many of them have you guys written down? How many of them have you written down? How many of the topics you guys have now? Let me know. Because I want you to write these things down. Write it down. How many of them do you write down? Please, can you put in a comment section? 6. Okay. David said he has 6. Let's go back. Let me see if I have 6 as well. Let's see. Lack of sleep, overstimulation, decision fatigue, emotional suppression, and then chronic stress. I'm on 5. If you have added 6, that is good. Maybe it's true. I'm there, but I don't know. 5 now. Chronic stress. Do you know what chronic stress is? Chronic stress is a stress that doesn't end. It's a serious one. In fact, almost a lot of people in this generation have chronic stress. Chronic stress is the type of stress when you don't feel it, you are actually stressed for not being stressed. Chronic stress is the kind of stress you actually get stress for not feeling stress. What that simply means is that when everything is fine, you are stressed because you have been so stressed for a long time that your body cannot handle life without stress. It must attract stress. So there are days when everything is fine, there is no problem, you are happy, you have made money in that day. That chronic stress will hijack you to the point you will pick up your phone again because you love stress. It's called chronic stress. And anytime you hear something being chronic, it's not turning into a disease. It is true. It means that it is becoming, so that's when we say chronic disease. It means a disease that has the potential of never going. And there is a stress like that. It's called chronic stress. Are you guys with me? Very important that you understand this. So that is number 5. Number 6 is poor nutrition and dehydration. This one, a lot of people don't want to accept the fact. The minute you understand you are a performer and you understand what I'm about to say, you will know that there is a connection between the way you eat and the way you trade. Some people don't still believe. There is a relationship between the way you trade and the way you eat. What is poor nutrition? I wrote it down here. You can write or you can listen. Poor nutrition is not just about eating junk food. Poor nutrition means your body and your brain aren't getting the fuel they need to operate at full capacity. So that means the food that a boxer should eat is not the same food a farmer should eat. Or maybe you can eat, but it's up to you. The food that's a model, well, I'm talking about the most into modeling. The food they eat is not the same way a footballer eats, but they are all eating. They are all nutritious. The food a musician, that is why most of the time African players struggle to perform well. The kenke is too much, especially Ghanaians. The kenke is too much. Kenke and the fufu is great to eat fufu and all of that. But the truth of the matter is eating it before playing football. Come on, chief. Come on now. Or if you're a trader here, I said this thing on one of my masterclass. People were insulting me. They're like, what is Cliff talking about? I said, you are eating, I'm sorry to say the Nigerians. Okay, I'm sorry. And Ghanaians, I'm sorry. I said 6, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., you're eating eba with egusi, or you're eating kenke with fish in the morning, and you want to go into the market to go and see the FVG correctly. Chief, it doesn't work like that. You want to see why the change of character is happening, and the first meal you had in the morning was kenke. Really, chief? It doesn't work like that. Does that make sense? There is a line connection between the meals you eat and the things you do to your body. In trading, there is. I will prove to you today. There is. Believe me. I'm not saying nonsense. There is. You need to believe that. So poor nutrition is not just about eating junk food. It is when your body and your brain is not getting the fuel they need to operate at full capacity. Because your brain uses a lot of energy. Do you know your brain burns a lot of calories? That is why when people get heartbroken, they become slim. Because you are thinking too much. You are sad that the guy left you. That is why you are becoming slim. And then when you now realize, oh, I can live without him and I can live without her, you start to grow well. Your brain is not as far. Anyway, let's come back. Let me not digress too much. Okay, listen to this, Kev. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Check this out. Let's say you pick up a Lamborghini, or you pick up a G-Wagon Brabus, or you pick up, let's say, a Toyota Camry. Now, I'm not comparing these two cars for brand purposes. No. I want to show you something. Let's pick up a G-Wagon Brabus. So you want to go get fuel into Brabus, and you want to put fuel into Toyota Camry. I mean, whether 2060, whatever, doesn't matter. Now, the Toyota Camry, I'm talking about the normal Camry. Now, listen to this carefully now. They are all going to go to the fuel station and they are all going to get fuel, but their functioning capacity will not be the same because their engine capacity is not the same. So this person may buy, let's say, $100 into this fuel, and the other person must buy $200. Why? Because you need to put in a certain amount of fuel in order for the car to function to the level of the capacity. Are you guys with me? So poor nutrition is not poor food. No. I remember when I was in Growing up in Ghana, I remember when you eat chicken and fried rice, it means you are rich. Poor. So when you see somebody's having poor nutrition, they think it's about poor food. It's not true. Poor nutrition is when your body and your brain is not having the right nutrients to make it function well. So what does poor nutrition look like? I wrote down something here before we go. Skipping meals or eating late all the time, poor nutrition. Living on coffee, energy drinks, and sugar, poor nutrition. Fast food or heavy carbs with low nutrients, poor nutrition. Long hours with no food intake, poor nutrition. And then you don't eat vegetables, you don't eat fruits, you don't eat proper protein, you eat too much once a day, all of them poor nutrition. Now, that is just the poor nutrition part. Let's talk about dehydration. A lot of people don't think that there is a relationship between hydrating well and making the right decisions. It is true, or performing well. So you need to understand that every single time that your body is losing 1 to 2% of water, 1 to 2% of water, you will lose focus, you will lose mood, your mood will start changing, your memory starts shaking. It is a scientific reason. You can do your research. Your decision making starts to become impaired. And then you start to react to things speedily because your brain is not reacting well anytime you are dehydrated. That is why you can go many weeks without eating, but you can't go many days without drinking water. Ladies and gentlemen, water is very important. I didn't used to believe it until I started trying it. And that is not why I'm drinking this. I'm drinking it because I get tired sometimes talking. But it is very important that you understand this. That the most important thing, even before you eat, maybe small meals, whatever here and there, you need to make sure your water intake is good. So there are some of you guys, sometimes you're like, I don't know why I'm emotional, Cliff, when they come on a call with me. I said, sometimes it's not that you are emotional. Just drink water, drink water. And as stupid that may sound, you see, when we talk about trading psychology as a study, the things you will study and the things it will show you why you are losing your accounts, people don't believe. So when I hear things like my strategy is not working, I say your strategy is fine, Chief. Your strategy is fine. It's fine. If as long as it's a strategy that has worked for someone, it can work for you. The same car somebody used to move from point A to point B is the same car somebody had an accident with. You may have heard me say this before, that the same knife we used to cook is the same knife we used to somebody can use to also hurt someone. The same ingredients Ghanaians use to make jollof is the same ingredients that Nigerians use to make jollof, but the outcome is different. Yes, it is the person behind the jollof. Are you with me? So hydration is very important. Little things. It may not make sense to you, but try me. Just do it. Do these things I'm telling you and see what it will change your trading performance. Are you with me? Just make it a habit. Every single day at least you will drink proper water. 3 liters at least a day or 2.5 liters a day. Try it as a chain. Just track it. Track it. Okay. So that is something that I wanted to talk about dehydration, and then poor nutrition also can cause fatigue. Now, the last one is no margin or silence in your day. No silence in your day is bad. But guys, mindfulness is very important. There are some times in your day you need to take a break. You need to take a break in your days. Okay, a lot of information is happening to you right now, right? Let's come back. We started by saying that as a trader, you were a performer. Stay with me. Stay with me. Pay attention, please. As a trader, you were a performer. And as a performer, you need to understand that there are some times you will experience fatigueness. The reason why you are going to experience being fatigued is because you are a human being. And we have now come to realize that in trading, you are also performing. And if you are performing in trading, you need to understand that there are certain things that can happen to you. So we started by describing and listing the things that causes fatigue, because we have already explained what the meaning of fatigue is. And we have come to realize that some of the things that causes fatigue is some of the things traders don't even pay attention to, because you have already been seeing people on social media making it look like you can trade anyhow because you're not a performer. It's not true. Are you with me? It's not true. Now that you have come to realize what causes fatigue, all these fatigue stuff that is happening, guys, listen to me. It is happening in your trading. It is happening in your trading. So that is why every single time. I'm going to ask you guys some question right now here. And if there is even one person on this live stream, if it's you, what I'm about to say, put me in the comments before I build my teaching from there, and we'll just start to wrap up soon. Have you ever gotten to the point where the market made you feel so exhausted that you said to yourself, I am tired. If this account will blow, let it blow. And the account blew. I'm going to pause for a second. I want to hear you guys in the comment section. If that is you, put me in the comment. I'm going to explain the scientific reason to that right now for you to understand something. That you reached a point in your trading in a day that you were like, oh man, like, what is going on? And then before you could realize, you were like, I'm tired. You know, I don't even care about this trading thing. I will not even trade anymore. If this account blow, I will not trade again. And truly, it blew. And you are still trading. You didn't quit. You are still here. Even though you told yourself, if it blows, you will stop trading. You didn't stop. Because that moment, you were not the one talking. It was your tired version of you, your exhausted version, the version of you that is experiencing fatigue. So I'm now about to connect every single thing right now for you guys to understand something. I'm coming to explain something. Listen to me carefully now. Listen to me carefully now. You can know when you are about to blow your account. You can know. Because now, guys, we have already established the fact that losing trades is perfectly normal. That there are days you will lose some, there are days you will win some. People sometimes ask me, Cliff, what is the best strategy? Chief, there is none. Every strategy, as long as it's back tested by someone and is working, it can work for you. Now, there are different strategies that go with personalities. Yes, I get it. But every strategy works. It's just the person behind it that changes the outcome. So you can know. And what did I say? That fatigue is the deep depletion. So now you remember our example now, like an iPhone, 100% battery health, 95, 98. Okay? Now I'm going to share my screen now. Now let me share my screen and let's now start talking about something. We are about to go there. Let me try to share my screen. Okay. Now, I want you guys to listen to me carefully now. What you guys are about to see is quite very simple, and I want you guys to see it. Look at this. Can you guys see my screen? Is it working? Perfect. Okay. So this is you, the trader. This is you, the trader. For a very long time, you didn't know that trading is beyond just trading is beyond just clicking buy and sell. For a very long time. Okay? But today, you have, and what do I want you to understand on this masterclass? To help you to stop blowing your account from the mental side. As I said, there is risk management problem, there is lack of knowledge problem, there are all those problems. I get that. But we are talking about the part that is about the mindset. And we said that you are a performer. You are a performer. And as a performer, you are going to have to do something to perform consistently. Is that true? You have to do something to perform at the higher level consistently. Consistently. If I don't spell it correctly, Grammarly will help me. Okay. So you need to do something. Now, what do you need to do? In order for you to know what to do, you need to understand that you don't have a choice. As a human being, you are going to deplete. Whether you do it to yourself or time does it to you. So no matter how you take good care of your iPhone, the battery will still deplete. What that simply means, when you now understand your level of capacity, you now live well. So number one, why is it that you need to pay attention to this part? Number one, now you are going to understand that as a trader, you need to have what we call a structure. I have how many things did I write down here? I have over 10 things I wrote down here. Yes. Number one, you need to have scheduled mental reset days. You want to stop blowing an account as a trader, as a performer, you need to have what I call a scheduled mental I'm coming right now. I want the media to bring it up so that it'll be easier. I wanted to write it, but it would distract me. So when I mention it, they will bring it up for you guys to write it. Just write it down. Just pay attention and write it down. Okay? Because I want to make sure we finish fast today. You need to have a scheduled mental reset days. You need to have a scheduled mental reset days. That means no matter how you are on fire, the week looks, you must schedule time away from the chat. It's not an opinion. It's a to-do list. It needs to be there. So there is something I always used to tell my clients, that knowing when not to trade is also part of trading. Quote me. Knowing when not to trade is also part of trading. I said, quote me. That knowing when not to trade is also part of trading. Are you guys with me? Knowing when not to trade is also part of trading. That means trading is not just about you clicking buy and sell. That means somebody can look at you and be like, oh, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm resetting my mind. Why? Are you not going to trade? I am trading. Mindset. So at least after one full trading day, just get some day and say, today I'm not trading. It's for mental reset. Why? Because I am a performer. Please, I want somebody to basically just start declaring to themselves, because when you get this mindset right now, it starts to change your trading. You will stop blowing accounts easily when you start to understand this. Please declare to you. But Cliff, what about some of us that we have bills to pay? I know. But trading is not going to solve all your problems now. So declare to yourself, I am a performer. 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 Declare to yourself. I want you to make sure that you are letting your brain understand that you are a performer. You are not just clicking buying and selling. So that means as a performer, you need to have a scheduled mental reset days. You can choose as Thursdays. You can choose as Fridays. You can choose as Mondays. Don't choose it on weekends. No, weekend is not enough. Choose some of the weekdays as your mindset reset days. So as a trader, non-negotiable things you need to do to stop blowing accounts. Why? Because of mental, or in other words, cognitive and emotional fatigue. So that is number one, scheduled mental reset days. Okay, so at least one full trading day off per week is okay. Not a weekend, trading day off. Number two, I wrote down here, a fixed trading time window. You see, you need to understand that your brain performs best when it knows when to be sharp. So for me, I'm a morning guy. Sorry, guys. As I said, I've been exhausted lately. So if you see me coughing, that is why. So your brain performs well when it knows when it's at its peak. I'm a morning guy. I don't like evening work too much. I'm a morning guy. When I'm on the morning level, I perform well. Okay? So you need to have a fixed trading window. That means, do I trade on New York session, London session? It's about you. But you need to know. That is number two. Number three, pre-trade emotional check-in. That means before you enter the market, check your emotional state. Before you enter the market, check your emotional state. And that is why I'm even making the pre-trading audio for you guys to listen to before you trade. Very powerful audio. For the sake of some people saying they may not, let me just try one more time and see. Let me try one more time. Give me a second. I will try to see if I can help you guys to bring it up on the screen. Okay. I'm coming. Give me a second. Are you guys getting the things you need to do as a trader? Right now that you understand that fatigueness can happen to you. I said number one, scheduled mental reset days, non-negotiable. I call this a non-negotiable to avoid blowing your account from fatigue. Number one, scheduled mental reset days. Number two, a fixed trading time window. Okay, let me help you guys. I'm going to let them bring it up on the screen again, okay? Okay, just can you guys bring it up on the screen for me, please? Okay, perfect. So number one, what did I say? Number one is a fixed what? We said a fixed. Okay, I was looking at the comment to make sure people are seeing my chat. That's why I got distracted a little bit. Let's go back in. Let's be quick and let's finish this up right now. Scheduled mental reset days. Number one, scheduled mental. I'm a perfectionist, man. Scheduled mental resets days. Non-negotiable. Please write this down. And this is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable simply means if you want to make any meal, there is a non-negotiable recipe that will make the meal come alive. Non-negotiable. If you're a performer, for example, if you're a footballer, if you're a high performer footballer and they are paying you, non-negotiable things you need to do to perform. I want you to see yourself like that. Number one, scheduled mental reset days. Number two, a fixed trading time window. That means if you are a worker here, if you do 9 to 5, you don't go to 9 to 5 in the midnight. If you're doing 9 to 5 in the midnight, that means you are overworking, right? For example, some of you guys are here listening to me, you work and you still trade. It's not easy. That the stress from your job alone is already making you blow your account. That is the truth. And I'm sorry, I don't want to tell you the things that you want to hear, but if you are tired from your job, it will not help you in your trading. It's just a reality. So a fixed trading window. A fixed trading window, meaning that if you are a London session person, stick to London session. If you're a New York session person, stick to New York session, but only choose the times in the window of your trading time that you can perform well. Are you with me? That is number three. Number two, pre-trade emotional check-in. Pre-trade emotional check-in. Pre-trade emotional check-in. Pre-trade emotional check-in is the third thing I will talk about. Now, when it comes to emotional check-in, again, there are a few resources you guys are going to receive. There is a resources that is coming up where you guys can use it to fill in the forms every time you are done trading. That is number one. Number two, I'm also giving you guys 4 audios. One you can listen before you trade, the one after you trade, the one that when you're in a winning streak, and the one that when you are in a losing streak. 4 audios coming up this Monday, God willing. Monday and Tuesday, all 4 audios will be on the YouTube platform, so you don't want to miss this. So pre-trade emotional non-negotiable behavior you need to have. Number 4 is what I call the post-trade decompression ritual. Post-trade decompression. Post-trade decompression ritual. So the post-trade decompression ritual is after you trade. So now you understand why I'm giving you the audio. Is to help you to not be emotionally fatigued. What I'm giving you is to help you not to be emotionally fatigued. So there is an audio for this. Let me put it here. An audio is coming for this. An audio is coming for this, okay? And an audio is also coming for this. This also is having an audio coming soon. Audio coming. Okay, that you will always listen to after you are done trading. Then the 5th one is what we call defined trade limit per day. Ladies and gentlemen, why? Let me ask this question right now. If somebody is able to answer this now, I know that my masterclass has been able to reach a point of helping somebody. Why now do you need to have a trade limit? In fact, let's do a quick TP 101 module right now, okay? You know, to teach people to understand, I need to take my time. It's not about showing that, you know, I'm teaching or whatever. It's about you guys. Let me ask a quick question right now. Why do you need to have a reset days now as a performer, as a trader? Why? Let's do a quick 101 interview right now with you guys in the comment section. Why? Why do you now, based on the education you are getting today, why do you need to have a schedule to reset your mind? Why? Simple answer. I want to see why. Let me go into the comment section. Why? Why do you need to have that? To avoid overtrading. I like that answer. I like that answer because you are listening very well. Because if you don't reset your mental state, you will lose focus. Your decision making will become impaired. Very good answer. I like that because I didn't even talk about overtrading as the cause problem, but it's spot on answer. Overtrading will come in if you don't have a mental reset days. Number two, why do you need to have a fixed trading window? Why do you need to have a fixed trading window? I'm going to help you guys with this one so that you can perform well at your peak level. You need the right energy, right? Why do you need to have a pre-trade emotional routine? Okay. And why do you also need to have a post-trade decompression ritual? That means post means after. So why do you need to finish trading and do something to your brain? Okay, all these things, because sometimes finishing trading does not mean good news. Sometimes it can be a heavy red day. And if you're not careful, you will go back and revenge trade. Are you with me? I like this. TP Masterclass, TP family community. I'm super proud of you guys, man. Congratulations. You are really learning trading psychology. Good job. So now we understand, okay? All right. So now that we understand the fourth one, we are going to define, this is called predefined, no, let me say limits trades. That means I take two trades. Now listen to me. Remember my analogy about the Brabus and then the Camry? Not every single person is the same in capacity. There are people that they can take 3 to 4 emotional trades in a day and they are fine. There are people, one even, they are like, ish. So that person, you know, you have to be careful about your limit. So Cliff, how many trades should I take in a day? I don't know. And that is why I'm going to share something with you guys right now. Let me share something with you guys right now. I have something here that I'm going to give it to you guys to feel. I have something and I'm going to share with you guys to feel. Look at this one carefully now. You guys are going to be super excited. And I personally myself will review each and every single person's answers and you guys will get results. Please watch the screen. I'm about to bring something up on the screen. Right after this masterclass, this form will be in the description and then also in our community tab, okay? So I have here this assessment form. Can you guys see my screen? This is an assessment form I have here. It's basically going to take you like approximately, it depends, maybe 30 minutes if you are serious. Over 63 psychological questions, 6 powerful sections. 6 powerful sessions means there are different sessions. 6 of them. So I have emotional intelligence, cognitive intelligence, and so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, it will help you a lot to be able to do that. So you need to be able to understand that at the end of the day, if you fill this form, let me click it here right now. So as you can see, do you guys see that? It's going to bring you here. But before that, let me go back again a little bit. Let's go back. Let's go back. So let me see if I'm going back. It's going to be great. Okay. So let's say, for example, emotional intelligence and stress management. You know, let's explore how you process emotions, handle stress, and stay in control under pressure. Then you click on continue. Then the first question is, what is your usual pattern after an emotional hit? Do you isolate, distract yourself, go silent, or face it directly? Share a real example. Now, every single answer you give right here, I'm going to receive all of the answers you give, and I'm going to analyze all your answers, and then you're going to get a feedback into your email. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot lie, and you shouldn't lie, and you cannot skip any of these answers. It's a full self-assessment profiling test that will show you how to be able to survive. Use your phone. How to survive. Does that make sense? How to survive. It is very important you guys understand exactly this, how you can survive. So you can, if you guys are excited, again, every single Saturday right now, I'm giving you guys a gift. If you are excited about this, drop some number ones in the chat. So all of you guys are saying, Cliff, I don't know what is wrong with me. Now there is a solution. Fill these forms and I will give you back your feedback. 63 questions. All right. If you find any typos or whatever, it's fine. We are all human beings. You can send a feedback and we'll get to take it out from there. But this is a gift you guys are getting right after this masterclass. I will post it on the community tab and also on the description of this page. Now let's get back to business. Okay. Are you guys excited? The reason why I couldn't show you guys everything is because I cannot skip the forms and I can't fill it all right now. So let's get back now. So number one, limit trades. Are you guys with me? You limit trades. You limit trades. Now, after you are limiting trades, the next thing I want to talk about is sleep discipline. Guys, you should sleep. As for sleep, it's not even about trading. If you want to live long to even enjoy your profit as a trader, sleep well. I know, back in the days, we would say that, no sleep gang. And I was even an advocate to that idea. But believe me, it's not a good habit. Sleep well. Sleep well. Even sometimes you need to, if you are somebody that you trade during New York session and maybe you are having a stressful time, at least have 2 hours siesta sleep, 2 hours before you're trading. Sleep well because you want your brain to be on its peak to perform well. Sleep well. And some of you guys, when you finish answering those questionnaires, all right, when you finish, it will help me a lot for me to help you to understand who you are as a person. And so take advantage of this profiling test. It's free. It's free. No strings attached. Do it. And you will get feedback from the community, okay, from us. I will personally analyze it myself, or the team will send it to you. So sleep discipline. I don't want to talk much about this, but sleep well. Sleep well. It's very, very important. Then number 7 is nutrition and hydration. Nutrition and hydration. Ladies and gentlemen, nutrition and hydration. If you want to stop yourself from becoming emotionally and cognitive fatigue, sleep well, eat well. As a trader, you need to understand. Don't worry. After this, I will show you something right now as a trader. Don't worry. Number 8 is a trading journal with emotional logs. And that is the one thing I also said you guys are also going to get from me. It's an emotional trading log. I cannot share that screen now because it's not on this device. But we also have an emotional log that you are going to get, that every day you will get the chance to fill this log and I will receive the log. And then I will send you your weekly trackable metrics. Guys, this is, say TP family. Now I want you to put in a comment, TP family. There is TP system coming. Okay, don't worry. Number 8, what did I say? A trading journal with emotional log. A trading journal. I think if we are consistent very well, we can release all these tools to the community by the end of this week. I'm trying to see. I don't know. I will speak to the team and I'll talk to Shells and we'll see what we can do. A trading journal with emotional log. I know people are sometimes saying, Cliff, why don't you talk about technicals? Imagine talking about technicals and teaching this. It's not easy to teach this. It takes time to teach trading psychology. People don't understand yet. So they think it's something you can brush off. Guys, to study the mind is a broad word on its own. So the more you are here, you will understand why I need to focus on this. All right. When it comes to the technical side, it's the most easiest thing to learn about trading. Believe me, the most easiest thing to learn. And one of these days, I think we might do a boot camp for TP family, whereby we take people through a serious strategy, proper strategy, interpretation, and to know how to interpret the market. We'll do that as well. Just pray for us to have more strength. Number 9, you need to have a clear winning, exits, times, and so on and so forth. And then the last one is spiritual and mental grounding. Spiritual and mental grounding. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to finish this quickly. That's why I'm running through this quickly. Now, listen to me. You may be watching this as a cliff. How do we use this for our life? That's why I drew our TP performer here, this guy here. He's a very good trader. You guys don't know him. His name is James. James is an amazing trader. I don't know why James' head is gone, but James is an amazing trader. So this is what James will do all the time. So imagine James as a trader. He wakes up in the morning and he said, listen, before I trade, I'm going to do activities that reset my mind. I'm going to sort of drink water. Now, James is not drinking water because he's thirsty. He's drinking water because he's a performer. So this is where we're going to start shifting the light bulb movement. So you are not scheduling mental reset days because you are tired. You are scheduling because we're a performer. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are using an iPhone or an Android or anything and you want to protect your battery health, you don't protect it because your battery is bad. You protect it because your battery can be bad. So when you are doing these things, you are not doing them because you are tired. You are doing them because you can be tired. You are not doing them because you are hungry. You are doing them because you know a hungry trader, it doesn't perform well. You are limiting your trades, not because your strategy is not good. You are limiting your trades because you know the more you take, your brain is going to suffer from decision-making impairment. Are you with me now? Knowledge, light. Are you with me? So there are people that sometimes say, every single time my strategy will show me a trade, I will take it. You are just deteriorating your mindset because eventually you will suffer. Believe me. You don't have to take everything you see in the market. Not every single thing you see is yours to take. Because remember, the market moves in liquidities. So while you are losing, somebody is winning. And when you are winning, somebody is losing. So you cannot go into the market every day and expect to win because you have to lose to make the hierarchy work well. It's a structure. So in order, we'll come back to that one day. Let me not go deeper. One day we'll talk about the psychology behind order flow. Again, they will say psychology about everything. Yes, we will talk about that. So you need to be able to understand this. That why you are doing these things is not so that you will feel like, oh, I'm doing something good. No, it's because you are a performer. So I want you to say this to yourself. I will follow this non-negotiable routine because I am a performer. Say it to yourself. That I am not following this non-negotiable routine because Cliff says so, but because I am a performer. Because I am a performer. And as a performer, I need to rest. As a performer, I need to have a fixed trading window. As a performer, I need the post and the pre-trading ritual. Are you with me? I am a performer. I am a performer. I am a performer. So now, next time if I say don't eat kenke in the morning before you trade, you will not insult me because why? Why? Let me ask you guys a question right now. How many of you guys have had kenke in the morning and say, man, I feel like sleeping? Because you are blowing your IQ. I'm kidding. Kenke, I love kenke. Don't worry about it. I'm just basically saying you are doing something to your brain. So if you are eating kenke in the morning and you feel like sleeping, what makes you think eating it in the morning can help you to trade well? Even if it's not just about the morning, eating it before trading will not make you perform well because you will feel sluggish. Performer. This month is our month of performing well as a trader. You are a performer. You will perform well. In the next 90 days, you will perform so well that you will not blow any account in the next 90 days. You may not like your results. Maybe it may not buy you the house. It may not buy you the mansion, but you will perform well. As long as you are part of TP family, you will perform well. Or you will perform well. So I want you to declare to yourself, I will perform well. This is the month of my higher top performance. You are a performer. So why do you need to schedule mental reset days? I am a performer. Why do I need to fix trading window for my career? I am a performer. Why do I need to have a pre-trade and a post-trade routine? Because I am a performer. Why do I need to limit my trades? Not because my strategy is not working, but because I am a performer. And as a performer, if I don't take breaks, remember, if Cristiano Ronaldo, no matter how good Cristiano Ronaldo is, he still play in between 45 minutes, 45 minutes. He doesn't play straight 90 minutes. No. Why? Because he's a performer. So, Cliff, why do I need to sleep well? Have you ever told yourself, I'm about to go to an interview and I need to sleep early? Yes. Because if you don't sleep early, you will wake up tired. If you wake up tired, you may not get the job. So as a trader, why don't you tell your friends, guys, I want to hang out with you, but I'm a trader. I need to sleep well so that I can wake up well. The reason why you don't tell yourself that is because you don't understand trading is a business and you are a performer. So sleep well. Why am I eating well? Because I'm a performer. So what that simply means, you can tell yourself, you know, gym people, I'm one myself. Back in the days when we didn't used to go to the gym, we would say, man, I want to eat meat. But when you start going to the gym, you say, I want to eat protein. When you start going to the gym, you say things like, I want to eat carbs. Why? Why has your language changed? Because now you are a performer. Are you with me? You are a performer. So when you start going to the gym as an athlete, you now want to build a good body. So you start saying things like, I want protein. I want carbs. Same thing as a trader. I'm hydrating. I am hydrating. I am sleeping well. So when you do this, you can kill emotional and cognitive fatigue. Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to this information I've given to you today, well, I promise you, by the experience, and I have over 13 years plus of experience, I promise you it will solve your blowing account. You only blow accounts if you have lack of knowledge. Yes. Improper risk management. Yes. But even all these things, sometimes they are connected to the way your brain works. But I'm not talking about those areas. Today, I'm talking about the psychology behind blowing an account. And I'm saying one of the reasons why, and the major reason, is because as an individual, you can deplete in mental, emotional energy, and it's called fatigue. And when you reach a point of fatigue, your body doesn't have a choice but to react in a certain way that can bring consequences you don't like losing mood, focus, and so on and so forth. So if you don't want to blow your account by emotional and cognitive fatigue, non-negotiable routine. I am a performer. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to ask you guys a very important question in the comment. I want to see before we wrap up. If you have learned something today and you are actually now understanding why you need to limit your trades, if you are now understanding why you need to sleep before you trade as a trader, not from a standpoint of opinion, pure science, do your research and come back and tell me Cliff is lying. Believe me, Warren Buffett, he sleeps. Dan Loeb, he sleeps. Ray Dalio, he still sleeps. So you need to understand, Cristiano Ronaldo, he's sleeping. People say that, oh, why is Cristiano Ronaldo spending over 70,000, thousands of dollars, 5-6 figures on water? He's a performer. He is a performer. Why does he spend a lot of money on trying to make sure he's always fit? He's a performer. There is a lot of money on his head to perform well. As a trader, you are a performer. So now when you go back and you watch the masterclass of the psychology of trading performance, now you will learn it well. Because you know, as a performer, you need to perform well. And in order for you to perform well, you need to have a non-negotiable routine. If you've learned something and you have understood today that you're going to go and respect trading now, my job here is done. Thank you so much. Before we go, if you're a first timer, don't forget to go through the playlist. This video also will be added to the playlist. Did you guys learn anything today? Are you learning something today? Yes. If you learned something today, let me know. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Media, thank you so much for every single thing that you do for this stream. Guys, you can see that the whole entire TP family, the team, and on behalf of the Cliff Cheqona space as well, guys, you know that we are, I don't know, let's just say thank you to Kema. Let's just say thank you to Willis. Let's just say thank you to Shells. You know, guys, you can tell that I can't do this on my own. Nobody can. The Bible says it's not good for any man to be alone. It's not good. It's not good for you. I'm talking about men as in general, not man as in the male gender. But it's not good for any man to be alone. So let's just appreciate the team, the whole. And also, again, I want you guys to drop number ones in the chat for yourself. For you to be able to stay on the call for hours to listen to me. God bless you. God bless you. And by that diligence of staying this year, in fact, the next 90 days, nobody on this live stream will blow an account. Even when you're about to blow your account, your MT4 will shut down. You will not blow account this season. You will not blow account this month. Account blowing is gone. People were testing me, Cliff, thank you so much for the FOMO in trading. I have been delivered. This one is delivering you too. Now you will understand that you were a performer. And that is why you need to limit your trade. You need to perform well. You need to sleep. So congratulations for being so diligent on TP Masterclass. Guys, our community is growing. You are supporting everything. And I have an amazing announcement I will give next week about what we're going to do for the TP family this coming season. So ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys so much a lot. We honor you. Also, every single person that is coming from a different mentor and all the mentors that recommend this channel to their mentees, God bless you. Truly. Thank you so much for recommending this channel to your mentees. Not every mentor will do that. Not every mentor will do that. So thank you guys so much as well. If you are listening to me, we honor you and we appreciate you all. God bless you. And I will see you guys next week. So don't worry. We'll put the form for you guys to fill it as well after this masterclass. God bless you so much. And I will see you guys next Saturday. Take care. Peace.
Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. 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 Trading.